Today is a day of beginnings. The construction of the Bruins' new home, the Fleet Center, began in the spring of 1993. Over 8,000 tons of steel, and 2.5 years later, the building opens its doors to a new era in Bruins history, the Casper era. As the 34-year-old Montreal native begins his NHL coaching career, his team begins with a new cast and new hope for glory. But there are new questions as well. Is there enough depth on defense? And will Blaine Locker continue his strong presence in the net? The Bruins begin to answer the questions today against an old friend in a new building as they chase their first Stanley Cup in 23 years, just 9 inches away from history. You're looking at the brand new state-of-the-art Fleet Center, 2.5 years in the making. Now the home of the Boston Bruins, as today they play host to the New York Islanders. Hi, everybody. Derek, one word to describe this Fleet Center. Awesome.
It is. It's a wonderful building. It's going to be a lot of exciting, enjoyable games here. I think the concessions are accessible. The skybox are absolutely glorious. And the seating, it's wonderful. So it's top of the line.
I knew you'd bring up the concessions you like to eat.
I do like my concessions, and it's good food, exciting food, different food. I went down to the ticket office and to see Matt Brennan down there before the game, and there's some awesome restaurants. They are truly, truly wonderful restaurants.
Okay, awesome is the word for the
operative
day.
word today.
And now let's look at some stats here for the Boston Bruins.
Well, they've got the offense. We've looked at that.
Of power plays and what the contributions those two could make on a power play.
And of course the Islanders with several new faces as well. Let's show you 3 of them anyhow who figure to make a pretty significant impact.
Well, of course, we've talked about Wendell Clark and some of the things that he's capable of doing, and that's all they're going to ask of him. And Bertuzzi brings some size, some spirit. He brings some real toughness on the right wing side, and McCabe does the same as a defenseman. Now, the two of them, McCabe and Bertuzzi, are young, but they're very attuned. I think very well coached when they were young players, and it seems to come out in the exhibition games. And so they're 2 bright futures for the Islanders as well.
I don't think we'll have all kinds of pomp and circumstance this afternoon here at the Fleet Center because they handled most of that during the closing ceremonies at the Boston Garden, but it should be fun here anyway today.
Yeah, I think it's a spirit. And the fact that it's an afternoon game, and I've always enjoyed afternoon games on the weekends because it brings a lot of young people to the hockey games, and that's something that everybody likes to see, because when you think about it, that's really the future of hockey is these young people that come and enjoy the game.
Well, you better believe it. The Bruins have one on defense, an 18-year-old named Kyle McLaren. You've heard about some of the Islanders' young faces. We'll meet them in the days ahead, and as far as the Islanders and Bruins are concerned, that's coming up straight ahead right here on Sports Channel. Center in Boston, Massachusetts, as we get set for the pregame introductions and all of the pomp and circumstance surrounding the opening of a new building. And change is certainly the operative phrase for both teams. The roar you hear accompanied a photo of Bobby Orr up on the Fleet Center scoreboard. And not only is Mike Milbury new behind the Islanders bench, but so is his adversary this afternoon, Steve Kasper, a former Bruin, behind the Bruins bench. Now this is Kasper with the puck, and he's looking for Milbury, who's just out of the penalty box in a game from some years back. Now watch his left skate. I mean, looks like one of those clamp skates that we used to play around with on cement. I thought he was going to need the skate key there, but he stayed on his feet and came up with a goal.
Well, there's so many memories, and I suppose Mike Milbury, just talking about that, it's time to close the door, close the album, and start a new one. But yeah.
The ice symbolic in that he is the first Bruin player now to officially skate onto the ice, save for the pregame warm-ups here at the Fleet Center. We'll pick up all the introductions.
Well, they just introduced Bork. Bobby Orr wanted to be the last one to skate in the old garden, which he is allowed to, only fitting that Bork is the first one here.
Here's a former Devil, Alexei Kazatonov.
Number 8, Cam Neely.
Also a fan favorite here in Boston, Cam Neely.
Number 11, Joe Mullen.
And a New York native who played his college hockey up here in
Number
Boston
12,
for BC, Joey
Adam
Mullen.
Oates.
Joey, of course, last year became the highest scoring American-born player in history, hitting the 1,000-point mark. This kid played college hockey up here, too. Sean McCabe coming over from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Number 20.
You getting some special
Todd
twinges
Bertuzzi.
here, Eddie? I mean, considering how long you played up here, this mean a little extra to you?
Well, I think that, anytime you come to Boston, it's exciting. Ted Donato, another local boy, but the fans here are amazing because they still remember. I can walk up and down the streets as much as Don Cherry used to hate when I
You get stopped every 10 steps by somebody who remembers you.
There's another local, Kevin Stevens. The fans looking forward to seeing him play as a Boston Bruin. But no, it is, really. And when you think about the number of retired athletes, and I don't just mean hockey players, but from all of the major sports who come back here and retire. It's amazing. I don't think there's another city like it in America or Canada.
And they're very traditionally oriented. All this pomp and circumstance really seems to be something new. I would guess they did not have anything close to this number of bells and whistles when you guys would open up a season in the old building, huh?
Not really, no. I think this was all carried over from the old one into the new one, and the fans know how much these players appreciate them.
This is a new look the Bruins sport in their jerseys, too. In fact, they're one of a handful of teams this year in the National Hockey League who are going to go to a third jersey for special occasions.
Yeah, somewhere around. They've got one that has a grizzly bear, just the bear on the front with nothing else that would replace the spoke bee. But you know, it's funny. They can change this sweater. Schlocker, of course, who won the hearts of all the fans in the shortened season last year. But you know, you always recognize a Bruins uniform, no matter how they change it. And there he is, the new coach, Steve Casper.
Oh, he looks nervous. You see that deep breath he took? Hey, at least Milbury admitted he was nervous. I would hope Casper would do the same.
Yeah, that's Cap Raider, and he was with Los Angeles for 8 years as an assistant coach, and of course was assistant coach when Steve Casper was a player in Los Angeles.
Tim Waters will be the other assistant coach this year for the Boston Bruins, as they line up at the red line and are saluted by a sellout crowd on an historic day in a city that is only now starting to get into the 21st century. You know, it seems as though Fenway Park's days are finally numbered as well. And if Boston Garden went hard, I don't know how easily Fenway Park will go.
Well, you know, and I have to think about Mike Milbury, and of course he has had quite a history here as a player, a coach, and assistant to Harry Sinden as assistant general manager. So I would, you know, all of this, you can say things like, well, it's time to, here they come, the new look Islanders, Captain Flatley. But Milbury has to still think that, you know, you're always in awe when you've been a Boston Bruin. And you're faced, even in a new building, with all of this, this ceremony. You see that old Islander sweater with Mike Bossy's name on it.
That's not really Mike. He's doing, you know, what's he doing, a morning show now in Quebec?
Yeah, and you know what he is? He's a comedian. It's a comedy show. Of all things, Mike Bossy doing comedy on a radio show out of Montreal.
You know,
and I understand he's very good. Of course, that's Mike Bossy. Whatever he would endeavor to do, he would be very good at.
Now, you know, I used to hang around your locker room every once in a while during the prime of the Islanders.
I remember you as a runny-nosed kid with a tape recorder in your hand. Yeah,
still running, you know that?
Yeah.
But I never really thought of Mike Bossy as the Jerry Lewis of that team.
No, quite the opposite.
All right, Mike Milbury, of course, will be behind the bench for the first time as a New York Islander, and he doesn't seem all that anxious to get out there. You know, his players are on the ice. The Bruins coaching staff is assembled behind their bench. Where's Mike Milbury? He's going to answer the bell, won't he?
And you can see Guy Chiron down the runway. It's rather dark, but you can see Guy down there, and I'm sure Mike will come out once the national anthem and so on has been played. He probably feels a little more comfortable not coming out onto the bench at this time.
Well, there's Tommy Soderstrom, who will be starting in goal for the Islanders this afternoon. 1-1 and lost 2 during the preseason, and really with an opportunity to grab the goaltending job and run with it.
Well, that's really what has not happened, Howie, in the exhibition. Like any hockey club, if there's a question about who's the #1 goaltender, they wait to see during the exhibition games if somebody really steps up and takes the job, and that really hasn't been the case here. So getting the start here this afternoon at the Boston Garden could go a long way in maybe trying to solidify himself as that #1 goalie, which of course Locker did when he came in last season. He was signed as a free agent. Can you imagine?
Not drafted.
Out of
That's
Lake
right.
Superior State.
Won an NCAA championship there. Right now the teams are lining up with their respective blue lines, and one other holdover from the old building, the Boston Garden, is the anthem singer Rene Rancourt, who might draw a pretty nice round of applause when his name is introduced here momentarily.
Well, he's part of the family, so it's
Secretary Treasurer of the Boston Building Trades Council, who is
business people from the Boston area. But as far as coaches around the National Hockey League are concerned, I mean, you normally get a turnover.
last year with Winnipeg when John Paddock decided to become just the general manager.
All right, they're on their feet here at the Fleet Center in Boston as the tuxedoed Rene Rancourt. There's the ovation we promised here for the Boston Garden fixture. They roll out the red carpet, and he's about, for the first time, to sing the national anthem in the brand new building.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets in glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Rene Rancourt and the national anthem. And don't think Mike Milbury wasn't trying to low-key this while everybody was on their feet for the anthem. That's when Milbury sort of snuck in from the runway leading to the Islander dressing room and winds up behind the Islander bench.
Now we get a look at Mike Milbury, and here he comes. He kind of all of a sudden attention is somewhere else. He appears behind the bench.
Eddie, make a note of that. He's going to hear about that in our pregame interview on Tuesday night in Toronto. Right now, though, we look at our goaltending matchups brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers. We talked about Tommy Soderstrom really getting a chance now to take this goaltending job and make a play, Ed, because everybody's conscious of young Mr. Eric Fischel, who's down in Worcester, and Blaine Locker, of course. One of the real big stories in the National Hockey League the first half of the shortened season last year.
And there he is. He's a feisty guy. He plays much similar to the guy sitting next to me, my old teammate Jerry Cheevers, now head of the pro scouting for the Boston Bruins.
Your officials this afternoon, you're getting a look at the referee, Dave.
Was a free agent, played in St. Louis last year. A little problem with Soderstrom and his equipment first. Kirk Muller is centering this line for the Isles as they start. And Wendell Clark, an excellent player, plagued by injuries throughout his career, will be at left wing, just acquired in that big three-way trade. Claude Lemieux going to Colorado, Steve Thomas going to the New Jersey Devils. And Marty McInnis from Hingham, Mass. and Boston College is up in the big line at right wing. And he gets it back to Matthew Schneider. Rolls to Bork. Tipped in now on the left wing side, and Kevin Stevens hustles in and goes crashing on Vaske. Bork also banging in on Clark. Bruins press to keep it in. McInnis is able to tap it out. Muller trying to break, stopped immediately. A battle on the boards, center ice. Nobody can get a handle to it.
Ooh, nice
Mulder
play.
is starting at right wing for the Bruins.
Nice play there by Kevin Stevens, trying to find Mulder going to the right side. Just didn't connect.
First official shot, Wendell Clark. First save, Locker. Right back, Mulder able to keep it in now. Stevens tried to get that one from Alec, didn't work. A hand pass called and a face-off.
With this break in the action, let's get a closer look at who's not in uniform tonight with the Lincoln Mercury roster changes. Out for the Boston Bruins, Mariusz Sierkowski, that's somewhat of a surprise, along with Joseph Stumple and John Gruden. And the Islanders, Dean Chenoweth and Jan Kaminsky and Alexander Semak acquired from the New Jersey Devils. But I'll tell you, Mariusz Sierkowski, he may be hurt. We don't get injury reports.
For the Boston Bruins, Dave Reed is at center now. Got a delay, some kind of a problem.
There may be a technical glitch or two. They didn't really get to iron out all the bugs. I imagine they went through a few different scenarios, but Jackson is now notifying coaching staff of the Islanders and what's going on. Roster changes. Now, sometimes when you make a roster change in the opening whistle, you put the wrong guy out there. There may have been a little bit of paperwork problem there, but that the lineup you hand over to the opposing coaches, the lineup you're supposed to use, you're going to be penalized.
McCabe moves it down, back for it, Don Sweeney, and this is icing against the Islanders. And
Got to look at Dottie Sweeney. There's some wonderful pizza here. We don't have access to the pizza here in the booth. Everything's brand spanking new here. People are really excited and enjoying it.
spanking new defenseman at right defense, Rick Zombo, acquired from St. Louis, and the draws back to Don Sweeney. Sweeney a shot. It's blocked by Soderstrom. Loose. Hines digs it free. Back for Zombo. His shot deflected in and a save. McCabe got a piece of that. Rolls it in again. Soderstrom able to tie it up. As this line presses, McCabe, Hines, and Reed.
Good scrambling in front of the net. What it basically was just a matter of focus on the puck. Get a look at Mike Milbury's philosophy of take your man in front of the net. The Islander defense and the forwards down there, they don't look for the puck. They just start to try to take bodies there. Down there in that area, you've got to play the puck on occasion. See, just take the body, take the body. John McEachern was stripped just before he could get to it. Now, young players playing the game too. I know your coach wants you to take the body and knock him down in front of the net. But if the easier the two things to do is get the puck out of the way. You start focusing and just take the body, you could be in trouble. Mike Milbury likes to do that. Did it in his career, but you have to, there's a time and a place to play the puck.
And the Boston line now is Oates with Neely and Muller. Right now, Neely is at left wing. It is back for Casatana. Trying to move in against Plante. Puts it in front. Deflected away. Into the stands. Face-off call.
We're going to get a holding call here very early. Talked to Cam Neely about being on left wing. And the reason that was supposed to be the scenario is that Mariusz Sierkowski plays a better right side the Bruins feel than he does left. So how nice would it be if Cam Neely could move over to the left side, Sierkowski on the right with Oates, and then you could keep Mullins and Stevens together with Alec, and the depth would be right where Stevie Kasper wanted it. So Cam, yeah, he's not going to fight the issue, and it would be strange for him, it would be different, but he's a very much a team player. But yeah, so if he wants to go to the left side, I'll try it. So, I don't really look at him there. Todd Sweeney in the box for holding.
Well, this has the appearance of a timeout by the Islanders. And that's hard to believe and a rarity in this game. But it is called by Mike Milbury. We'll be back in a moment on UPN 38. First power play, and the draw is back to the point. Ray Bourque with it. Able to keep it in on the boards. Todd Alec is at center. Neely there. Alec holding. Now looking all the way across, and it's intercepted and fired away. Back foot, Bork. Ray Bork starts it to center ice. First power play. Adam Oates playing a point, moves it in deep. Neely gets it. His centering pass is stopped. And the clear out by the Islanders. They move it in deep. Travis Green takes a hit there.
Travis Green never realized how quick Ray Bork was on that one. Excellent defensive play by Bork.
And the Bruins wind up again at their line. It is Raymond Bork in a point position with Adam Oates. Bork has trouble at center ice with it. Gets it again to Oates. Oates is broken up immediately, and Vaske able to drive it down.
I think it's going to take the Bruins some time to adjust to Adam Oates on the point. They're very used to Adam Oates at center. Whether that experiment proves beneficial or not still remains to be seen.
There is Don Sweeney trying to penetrate. That play is stopped. So 40 seconds left on the Boston power play, and they haven't had a threat on Soderstrom yet. John Sweeney wraps it in. Donato going for it. Mullen 2. And Moger press in the corner. Able to keep it in. Moger comes out in front, trying to get the handle to it. Rolls it back to Roloff. And Roloff moves it into the corner. Now behind the net. Moger again.
Nobody in front.
Play is stopped. Now the Bruins able to keep it in again. In for Donato. Looking for Mullen to put Don Sweeney. Screen shot blocked immediately. And tapped out of there by Plante. Roloff trying to come back. He's hit by Bob Sweeney out of the penalty box. Bob Sweeney picked up the first penalty. Joe Mullen going after this one, but it's around the boards to McCabe. A long flip out. Palffy trying to get it. Just broken up. The puck still loose. Travis Green with it in front. Shot blocked. And the Isles with a real threat there. Vaske, the defenseman, able to move it again in front, just wide on the play. McLaren, the rookie, 18-year older, is checked. Bertuzzi keeps it in. He's stopped by Reed. Reed trying to move it out. Palffy stops that one. Green with it. Now Bertuzzi back for Palffy in front. Lost. Green a shot. Locker. Great save there. Green 20 feet away. Drilled it. Puck kept in by Vaske. The Bruins hemmed in. Bertuzzi, big rookie winger.
Good play by Dave Reed.
Iced by Dave Reed.
Once you get one man out of position in the system of things in the National Hockey League, you start running around, you're in trouble.
We have no score. Bruins and Islanders. Back in a moment. His arrival in Boston, the new defenseman, had this comment.
Well, I think if you look in the past, all the teams that won Stanley Cup has all been strong defensive teams, and I think you build teams from the goaltender out, and I'm very proud of my track record of being a solid defenseman. It's something that's kept me in the league, and it's something that I've been fortunate enough to contribute to successful teams in the past.
Okay, Rick Zombo out of the University of North Dakota. 5 years with Detroit, 5 years with St. Louis, and now with Boston.
And a good guy in the locker room, a good sense of humor, tough kid, solid teammate type. Looks to help out whenever he's out there with anybody. Good acquisition for the Bruins.
Bob Sweeney against Adam Oates. Oates won the faceoff. Bruins trying to move it out. Can't do it. Derek King with it. Back in front. Blocked by Bork. And fed out of the zone. Vaske has it. Right back in. He's on defense with Luongo for the Islanders.
Islanders sensing a little bit of weakness here in the Bruins' armor. They're just trying to apply some pressure and getting away with it.
This one might be icing. It is. We're at the 5-minute mark of the first period. The Bruins had a power play. Could do nothing with that.
No, they could not. Good solid penalty killing by the Islanders. Really didn't do anything fancy. Just kind of collapsed down, forced the Bruins to move it quickly. Stevie Gasper would have liked some shots on goal. The Bruins aren't mounting much of an attack at all.
The Islanders line has Bob Sweeney. He was acquired from Buffalo when Buffalo acquired Brent Hughes in the draft. Oates against Bob Sweeney. Face off to the left of Locker. Luongo, Vaske at the points. And Oates works it out. Looking for Neely. It's broken up by Vaske. At center ice, McLaren now to Mullen, over the line to Oates. Oates trying to beat Luongo, goes deep, puts it in front. Neely can't get it. Mullen does. His shot deflected wide, doesn't reach the net. Neely with it again. Stopped on the play, and the Islanders break it out. The big guy, Lindros, younger brother of Eric. Oh, a little jam behind the net between Lindros and Locker, and Lindros is just clearing the zone now. The Bruins have control and work it out.
In the bench.
And this is called for a face-off.
Islanders trying to take the body. It's Mike Milbury would like them to do that. They have a very physical team. You have Mick Vukota, and you have some, I tell you, Lindros is a big boy. He is huge. This Lindros kind of gets an elbow from Locker and then a little shove and pull. Lindros really trying to get out of the way there. Blaine a little more feisty than as was Lindros.
Muller on the faceoff against Todd Alec. Alec steals it over the line on Schneider. Holding now, looking for some help. Tried to get it in front, and it didn't work as Kevin Stevens broke for the net. It is up for Wendell Clark, a veteran winger in the center ice. Good, aggressive, rugged player. A scramble, and at the line, out of it comes Kevin Stevens, but he's broken up at center ice. Islanders playing well. Scott Lachance with it. A pass over the Boston line is stopped by Zombo. In for Sweeney. Back for Rick Zombo. Now Leach with it. Gets it out to Todd Alec.
Oh, I don't think that was offside.
Well, the Bruins get all jammed up there. Alec and Stevens were right together, and the play offside. 13:35 left in the first period. The shots are even, 2 apiece.
What you have here, you're in a new building. You're not as familiar with it as you would like to be. Obviously, Cam Neely and Bork in 14-16 season, 12 seasons with the Bruins, and some of them are very used to the old garden. You come out and all you do is worry about playing. You get a new building, you come out to the building, and then you got to figure the building out as well. The boards bound differently, the glass caroms differently, ice texture is different. There's a few things you just have to make adjustments to. So this is kind of like playing a road game. The Bruins won't be used to it probably for at least a couple of months.
Back right now, Severyn. He's on defense with McCabe for the Isles. Now, Casatano steals inside the line, shot by McEachern off the side of the net. McEachern trying to get it back to the point. Is roughed up and knocked down, and all the way back for it, Casatano. Bertuzzi after him. Now Palffy in the forechecking, but it doesn't work. And Severyn at center ice on the loose puck, able to knock it in. Bruins unable to get things going in the Isle zone, playing mostly in their zone. Severyn able to keep it in for Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi checked, puck kept in by Travis Green, circles back, gives it to Severyn. The shot blocked in front, loose, and Kasatanoff with it. Up for Hines, worked out to center ice. Reed, and he's stopped immediately, gets it away now. Hines over the line, still going, shot. Soderstrom way out of the net, able to block it. Hines taken down, now a jam. McEachern was down, and let's see what comes of this. It is Bruins nothing, Islanders nothing. We're in the first period at the new Fleet Center.
Center ice, the parting of the sea right here. Both defensemen go the other way. Then they come back. McCabe, good recovery. Squirts loose. Hine looks for it. He leaves it alone. There's Vukota with the cross check and the cup of the head. So he's going to get himself the gate. He's gone alone. Stevie Hines left the puck there. The goaltender had it. Vukota a little overzealous. He is the policeman, resident tough guy of the New York Islanders, so he's going to do that every time he's out there.
Plante on the faceoff for the Bruins win it. Stevens on the boards. Alec in the corner, looking for Neely. Neely check. Now Alec again. Back to the point, over to Ray Bourque at the right side. Bourque to Oates. Deflected by Bob Sweeney into the stands on the faceoff call.
It's also an opportunity for the Bruins, the first goal ever in the new Fleet Center. Some of the players talking about it. I tell you, you get it. It's kind of nice. Freddie Stanfield was, in the years we played, he was always got that first goal of the year. We always used to make a little bet on it. But Just get things started in a positive direction.
Bob Sweeney wins the faceoff. Vaske gets it down all the way near Locker. Ray Bork winding up. And his pass blocked by Sweeney. Bob Sweeney goes into the corner again. Bork starting again. Second power play of the game for Boston. Here's Stevens barreling over the line. Looking across for Ellick. Play broken up and flipped out of there by McInnis. The power play has been powerless.
Absolutely terrible.
And here's McInnis stealing, breaking, and it's a 2-on-1 looking for Muller, and it doesn't work. Neely a jam in his hit on Muller, and the Bruins start back on the power play, but the Isles had a brief 2-on-1. Ellick weaves it over the line into the corner. Now puts it in front. Bork moves in, has it. Now back at the line. Screen shot wide of Soderstrom. Kept in by Stevens. Stevens for Ellick. Right on the tape of Bork, and the shot blocked by Soderstrom goes wide. Power play effective now. Back to Bork again. Has to backhand it in quickly. Checked by Schneider. Knocked up the boards. Now back to Bork again. Drills it. Blocked. Stevens jamming. Can't get it. Soderstrom able to tie it up with heavy action, and Neely in there jamming too.
Kirk Muller and Neely. Neely was actually off the play and not doing much. The puck was loose, but Jackson lost sight of it, had to blow the whistle. Kevin Stevens kind of jammed it loose. It was under Soderstrom. Here's the shot through. Hits the leg, under the left leg. Here's Stevens fighting away. Now it's loose. Now Jackson's lost sight of it. Neely gets popped for no problem. Kirk Muller comes in late. It's Matthew Schneider, really, that was in Neely's face. But Muller takes the brunt of the attack. Either one of those three players, Schneider, Neely, or Muller, are shy about physical play. Matthew Schneider is the premier defenseman, I believe, for the Islanders. He'll be the mainstay back there along with Vaske.
There are 20 seconds left on the Boston power play, and it really zoomed into action there with threats on Soderstrom. So they're up to 6 shots to 2 for the Islanders. On this draw, Bruins able to keep it in for Don Sweeney. To the corner, Reed banging away there. Hines digging for it. Lost control, and the Isles are able to work it out. Shot here by McCabe is blocked by Zombo. Zombo, good lead pass. McEachern breaking with Hines. McEachern likes to go deep. Taken down on the play by McCabe, but Hines with it. Hines wheeling in the zone. Now to McEachern.
McCabe has no stick.
Looking for Zombo, breaking for the net, and it doesn't work. Finally, the puck is cleared out by Flatley. Stopped by Hines. Bruins picking up the pace now with effective play in the last power play. Plante with it for the Islanders. Can't get out of the corner as Hines is jamming it up. Travis Green trying to get control on the boards. Stevens out there for Boston. 9:45 left. First period, no score in the game. Plante starts it away for the Islanders. Now for Lachance, and his shot wide of Locker. Loose puck. Palffy almost stolen. Walked in and was stopped on the play. Good break here by Ellick. Ellick 3-on-2 with Stevens, right wing side in front. Score on the play by Moger. Moger from Stevens, the first goal at Fleet Center.
Sandy Moger, beautiful rush by Todd Ellick. A broken play really inside the Bruins blue line. Gasatonov loses it, squirts loose. Gets fed up to the wing by Ellick, I believe. Right here across the crease, Sandy Moger with a thank you. Nice play.
A secret weapon of Steve Kasper. It missed most of the exhibitions because you see the protection for a broken jaw.
Sandy Moger broke his jaw. The Bruins knew that they were very high on him anyway. Just a matter of coming back from the injury.
Cam Neely, center ice, blocker, save on the hard drive. Muller able to keep it in. Lachance trying to move it out. Sandy Moger Bruins coming back. Mullen now behind the net. The pass in front. Neely shot, score! Cam Neely quickly makes it 2-0 for Boston.
From Muller, from Mullen and Oates. Great work off to the side of the net by Joey Mullen. He feeds it down low to Adam Oates. Adam Oates knows Neely's coming from the top of the circle. He just got to get it out front. Neely, quick shot, bings it off the far post. Soderstrom can't recover. He's got to go across the crease with Oates, not let him come in front. He goes, oh my God, Neely's all alone out there. Matthew Schneider couldn't get out deep enough. Neely comes in, cruising across the front, snaps off a quick shot.
2 quick goals by Boston. Moger from Ellick and Stevens at 10:40 at 11:06. Neely from Oates and Mullen. And a jam. Lindros in a collision. Neely now at the Boston line trying to move it out. Did. And the play is offside. Bruins 2. Islanders nothing at the new Fleet Center.
Puck. Now as it gets flipped up, watch here. He reaches up, missed it. Turns to get into play, and Brett Lindros said, no, you don't. Just thumped him. Kyle is just kind of shaking out the cobwebs.
Well, Mike Milbury has shaken up his lines already. Luongo now at center ice.
Oh, he won't stay with his lines for very long.
He has Bob Sweeney and Lindros and Wendell Clark. This is Clark with it. Vaske now looking for Lindros. Doesn't work. Back is Don Sweeney. Stopped by Clark. His shot tipped wide. Penalty coming up on Boston. And the Isles will get their first power play. A cross check is the call. 8:10 left first period. Bruins are in front 2-0.
The Islanders in a rebuilding program. Obviously, Mike Milbury, a 5-year deal, going to take that long to probably put them together. He's going to be able to draft fairly high. Mike will be patient in the overall picture, but on the line shift to line shift, he'll tend to put some pressure on the player. Todd Bertuzzi, who will be on this power play, left elbow surgery 3 weeks ago before camp, signed in the last minute before the deadline this year's draft. He was the Islanders' first round, 23rd overall in '93. Played as junior in Guelph with Jeff O'Neill, the Hartford pick last season.
It is Zombo cross-checking at 11:50, the first Isles power play. The Bruins are 0 for 2 in the power play, but they do have 2 goals.
Another player to watch out there is Sigmund Palffy. Talking with Jerry Cheevers, he is probably the best Islander offensively.
Jerry is now the pro scouter for the Bruins. This is Schneider keeping it in. Now Palffy. Green, long shot here wide from the point by Schneider. Kept in and back to Lachance. Screen shot tipped wide by Ray Bork. Chases Palffy. Bertuzzi. Palffy with it. Palffy back to the point. Schneider. Bertuzzi. Turnaround shot and it went wide of Locker. Back to the point, kept in by Schneider. Reed able to block it. Trying to break for it, but can't get it. Lachance back to cover. Schneider starts the play. Bertuzzi. Palffy all alone. Green in. Shot. Score. A power play for the Islanders as they get on the board with 7:22 left in period number 1.
Bruins desperately out of position on this. They went for the little punch the puck loose by Dave Reed, and in their enthusiasm they run out of room. Now there's your forwards gone. Now there's a dump across. Now Sean McEachern's going to get in it, but he really doesn't have anybody. His guy was the guy wide, Travis Green, and Green comes across and pops it into the air, but a beautiful play by Sigmund Palffy. Fred, you loved Travis Green 3 years ago, and they say the Islanders is just he's coming around. He's going to be a big player for them now.
Well, the report is that that was the best line in the exhibition games for the Islanders. Palffy had 7 goals. Travis Green centering that line, and he gets the score. Beautiful combination play, and in on Locker. Just the 3rd shot by the Islanders. The Bruins have 9, and we have 7 minutes left in period number 1. 2-1 the score. Zombo back. He was in the box when the Isles converted. Now Zombo into center ice. Play stop. Neely with it. Neely has a score. And Moger, the first one for Boston. Sandy Moger. Here, all alone. Joe Mullen in front. And Soderstrom robbed him. A great chance there. Back comes Clark over the Boston line. This one blocked by Locker as it deflected in.
Joey Mullen just kind of fans on it. I think he kind of caught it off the heel. Didn't get great wood on it. Tried to bang play out of the corner, but the ability of Mullen to get loose there, he doesn't get it. Goes off the heel to his foot. And Soderstrom, a tremendous save on the rebound. Right there, Soderstrom did not quit on the original shot. Followed it up with a left foot kick.
The goal by Green was this to Palffy and Bertuzzi at 12:38, a power play. This is Vaske able to keep it in for the Islanders. Bruins lead it 2-1. Moger checking. Kasatonov trying to get it around and out. Can't do it. Keeps it in with Flatley. Flatley puts it in front. Quick shot blocked. Sweeney, two bids and saves by Locker. Sweeney 20 feet in front on that chance. And the Isles are really pressing hard now. This one into the stands, face off.
That was a good play by John Roloff. He knew he was going to get labeled by Flatley. And he just fired a quick short shot against the boards, and then the curvature of the building takes it out into the stands. Gets the whistle. Kevin Stevens just leveled. Point man on this play. He just went out there. Chris Luongo, poof, top of your screen. Don't watch the pass. Once you make it, be aware you are eligible to be hit.
And the face-off outside the Boston blue line. 5:54 left in the first period. Muller is centering Lindros and King. Oh, a variety of combinations by Mike Milbury. Roll off, a hit on Muller. Ellick flattened. Loose puck, Boger over the line. Too deep for Stevens. Stevens puts it back to the right point, but King just knocks it away. Kasatonov moving it in the zone. Luongo after it for the Islanders. At center ice. Stopped by Kasatonov. He's broken up by King. King gets it over the line. Trying to put it in front. Stevens intercepts. And a quick movement out.
Bruins have let the Islander wingers go on 4 or 5 occasions. Have been burned with it once.
Good poke check by Dave Reed. Now it's batted over the Boston line. McLaren, the 18-year-old youngster, gets it. Away comes Hines. One man back. Over. Shot. And it's over the shoulder of Soderstrom and high. Reed quickly back to McLaren. McLaren taps it in front. It rolls to Soderstrom, knocked away. Hines digging in the corner. Broken up on the play. Hustles, keeps it in, is tripped. And Reed gets it. Now to Bork. Bork a shift. Drills. Save. Soderstrom scramble in front on the rebound. And Bertuzzi to Palffy. Palffy drops it in. Good pressure by that Boston line. 2-1 the Bruins lead. 4:26 left. First period. And at center ice over the line, the Bruins keep it in. McLaren breaks in. The rookie almost had his first. And a penalty coming up on the Islanders. Nice movement by McLaren on the attack. Bruins lead it 2-1 at Fleet Center.
Attempted a goal, had a shot at it earlier, but it's just a shot from the point. Now watch, he's in alone. He's got it, straightens it up, just going to get too much time. Couldn't get it over Soderstrom. Soderstrom just charged him once he started to handle it. He wanted to get it on the forehand. Went out a little pirouette at center ice, couldn't believe it. Good, clean cut opportunity, but that's a confidence builder. National Hockey League 18, he got in cleanly.
Kyle McLaren, signed just the other day, was impressive in preseason for the Boston Bruins. 18 years old, their first round draft pick, 9th overall.
Bruins never really expected him to step in. Big maybe another year junior, but he did impress. But very solidly, and they need help desperately back there.
Bork and Oates play the points. The Bruins are on their third power play. They're 0 for 2. Stevens trying to get it, can't. Around the boards, though, Ray Bork able to keep it in for Alec.
I thought Alec's a good hockey player. If he continues to play like this, he's played absolutely served. So far, he's been the best Bruin out there.
Stevens moving in, trying to keep it in. He's checked by McCabe, but Alec hustles, gets it, jams it, and it's tied up. Alec has lost his helmet. Stevens comes off the corner. Holding back to Bork. Power play Boston. Up for Stevens. Has to hustle to try and keep it in. Neely can't. McInnis is out with it. Long shot saved by Locker. The shots are 12-5 Boston. The Bruins lead 2-1. Adam Oates, the point man on the power play, gains the line, gives it to Bork, and the shot is wide and high. Vaske gets it to the Boston end. 3 minutes left in the first period at the brand new Fleet Center. Out on the right wing side now, Donato over the line. Shot by Vaske.
Teddy Donato dumped that into an already covered Joey Mullen. It's a very difficult situation to put Mullen in.
Bruins hustle on the opposite side to keep it in. And they're broken up. And out comes Plante. Plante stopped by the back checking of Roloff. Roloff's pass, though, could be icing. It is 2:28 left here, first period. Bruins goals, Moger and Neely, and Green on a power play for the Islanders. The Bruins lead 2-1. The shots are 12-6 for Boston. Face-off coming up to the left of Locker. 17 seconds left on Bob Sweeney's hooking penalty. He is now an Islander. And the Bruins lost in that draft Brent Hughes.
And the players did not like that happening. Brent Hughes is very popular. Unfortunately, you have to leave some talent unprotected. Brent Hughes just happened to be the one to go.
Marty McInnis is out there with King, penalty killer, on the faceoff. Time running out on the power play as Don Sweeney gets it away. On the left wing corner goes Reed. Hines back to the left point. Don Sweeney. Bob Sweeney coming out. Zombo screen shot blocked. Backhander Reed blocked. Loose puck turnaround by Don Sweeney, and that went wide.
McCabe was on the turnaround. Sweeney was coming in.
Here's one that hit Soderstrom, and he didn't know it.
Hit Soderstrom inside the left foot, I believe, then hit the post.
Turnaround by McCabe doesn't work. The Bruins storming there at the end. Derek King trying to move now. Checked on the play. Loose puck to Hines. And his long drive from center ice deflected into the stands. 1:35 left in the first period.
Soderstrom, very quick goalkeeper. He's not very big. Now in skates, he's just maybe a foot above that crossbar. Doesn't weigh that much. Very short legs. Diminutive, so to speak. Tremendous reflexes. Charges the shooter. Very aggressive. Had some rave notices in Philadelphia. Then got kind of streaky, kind of hot and cold. There it was, off the foot, off the post. Bruins thought they had notched one.
Boston up to 15 shots to 7 for the Islanders, and a 2-1 Boston lead with 1:30 left in the first period. Isles' goal by Green came on a power play. Bruins last year were #1 in the league in penalty killing.
#4 in the power play and went quickly in the playoffs.
Neely tries a shot after being set up by Mullen. That's knocked away, and out comes Vaske to flip it in all the way to Locker, who covers up.
And you would consider a team, you'd say, wow, #1 in penalty killing, so they're sound defensively in that area. And their power play was 4th of 26 teams. You'd say, I got to be pretty scared of that hockey club. Bruins, however, power plays and those statistics are really game to game. And in the playoffs, they never got it together. They never kept up with their annual stats. Blaine Locker played well, though, and I'll tell you, he's going to be a big part of the defense in this hockey club, is Blaine Locker.
Oh, when you sum it all up, the Bruins will go as far as Locker takes them.
Really? I mean, and it pretty well that's getting the way, you know, starting pitching in baseball, your quarterback, your goaltender. Just extremely important.
Palffy with it. The big line on there. The most effective line in preseason, at least, for the Islanders. And there's Green. Bertuzzi, a rookie, and Palffy, Czechoslovakian player. Now Lindros is out there. Brett Lindros tried to check the play. It's stopped. Oates gets it again. Out for Neely. Neely coming up by Schneider. Over the line. Into the corner. But his pass is blocked. Intended for Muller. Boy, he put a shift on Schneider that time. And
nice move. Good speed. Harry Tindem was talking about Neely's speed. He's a little lighter than he's ever been. Tremendous shape. Great physical conditioning. Right here now he comes down on one of the better defensemen in the league in Schneider. Schneider goes, wow, he's quicker than I thought he was. That's Neely over on the left side, on left wing. That's a difficult move, but if you can get it across the defenseman, then you can put it on the back end and you've beaten him.
Alec on the faceoff for Kevin Stevens, but he has to chase it a bit. And Severyn able to get it out now to Flatley. Played into the Boston zone. Zombo hustles. Wraps it around the board. Stopped by McCabe. Seconds left. 16 left. Flatley able to keep it in for Severyn. Up for Flatley. And a turnaround shot right in front. Knocked away with it. Alec gets it out for Sandy Moger. Scored the first goal at Fleet Center. And time runs out as he hits the Islanders' blue line. And that's the end of the first period of play with the score: Boston 2, New York Islanders 1. Stay with us for our first intermission after these messages. Boston Bruins hockey on UPN 38 is brought to you by the health plans of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Because the Bruins lead 2-1 here in the first period played at the new Fleet Center. And with the new Fleet Center, the Bruins are settling into their new home. Their locker room is much more spacious than in the Boston Garden, and we asked the Bruins' Ted Donato and Steve Hines for a tour.
Welcome to the Bruins locker room. This is the new digs, as they say, and we're here with Steve Hines. And Hines, as you look around the locker room, I noticed that you know, next to Ray Bourque, was he bringing you down last year in the old locker room? But
a lot of pressure next to Ray, but I think it was mostly the reporters were cramping my style after the game. You can't get undressed with everybody stepping on you.
Lax, you like your new setup over here? A little more room than the old place?
Yeah, I got, as you can see, Craig and I got 4 stalls between the two of us, so it's really a treat for us. And as you can see, Craig's already pouring into his second stall, so it won't be long before he's got the third one too. So, but it's a good situation right now.
Yeah, these goalies, they need a lot of room. They got the pads, the gloves. You know, if you notice, he's got about 2 sets of blockers, 1 helmet for now. Anyway, so 3 helmets. But you know what they say is, if he can make the save, he can have anything he wants. So,
check out the rest of the locker room here. Don't put the camera to your left. That's the shower area. We don't want to catch any naked guys. Nice jacuzzi, steam room, etc.
It's pretty nice. I don't remember seeing any of these in the old Garden, but you know, it's nice.
On to the bigger and better weight room here. It's a little bit better than the closet we used to have. And you can see we have to stay in shape around here because the coach is probably the best trained athlete we have. Really working hard here on the treadmill.
Heinze, who would you say is the guy most likely to find here in the weight room?
I don't know. The most likely to right now would probably
Besides the coach.
Probably be Al Iafredi, the way he's working his leg now. But I'd say definitely the not guy in here, not the guy you would see, would be Teddy himself. He's known as Heavy D a lot around the locker room. And
I think it's kind of funny that Steve Hines actually showed us the weight room, because that is the first time he's seen it.
Okay, here we are in the new luxurious loge in the brand new Fleet Center. Beautiful view of the ice, one I hope I never have, but you paying customers will surely enjoy. They got the new padded seats here for the extra comfort on the bottom, and you won't be, if the game does get boring, you might be falling asleep up here, but we should try and keep the excitement going for you, and you won't have to spill those quality garden beers that you'll be purchasing. They got the cup holders for you too, just like your luxury automobile here.
True.
Okay, the Bruins are back on the ice. The Islanders too, ready to go in period number 2.
A good sound period for the Bruins, really. Nothing exceptional. And defense was a little sputtered on occasion. But really, they only gave up 7 shots. It's 15-7 Bruins. They've altered that from between the periods. Was it not 12-9? It's 15-7 now. So they made some.
And now our first period scoring summary, brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Sandy Moger, first goal at Fleet Center. Well, he'll be telling that to his grandchildren. 10:40. Ellick and Stevens set him up, and the Bruins led 1-0. Then they immediately came back. Cam Neely from Mullen and Oates at 11:06, 2-0 for the Boston Bruins. At the Isles on a power play, Travis Green, Palffy and Bertuzzi assisting. And that's the way it stands at the end of the first period.
Those are the 3 best offensive Islanders thus far in camp. And I don't believe anybody got that puck after Moger scored for their first goal in the Fleet Center.
That's right.
Did anyone pick it up? Did you notice?
No, I think somewhere.
It went right back into play. So Neely's goal probably was the same puck.
Yes, it came so quickly.
It came so quickly, and then it never went into the stands. So therefore, if it's the same puck, they can get it, and that's kind of a trivia question. Look at Cam Neely and Adam Oates. All the stars you expect things from. Kyle McLaren played a very sound first period in the National Hockey League when it counts.
You were talking about the concessions, and the people are slow to come back because I'm sure the service is good. They're all participating.
Well, the food is so good. I think they're going on, and I'm going to get. Yeah, they've got to get there if it's half empty. From a packed house to half empty.
All right, we're underway, and Schneider is on defense for the Islanders. Bruins forechecking. There is hitting. Alec and Schneider colliding.
What are your, I think for the most part, Stevie Kasper seems to be traditionally coaching with only 3 lines.
The Isles are able to keep it in now. McInnis in the corner. And Wendell Clark over there, and also Muller. But it deflects away to Todd Alec. Stevens trailing. Alec, man open. Oh, beautiful play by Schneider. Stop that. It was a 2-on-1 as the Bruins had a superb chance on that play.
Todd Alec waited a little bit too long, waited for Ray Bourque. Everybody in the building knew he was trying to get it to Bourque, as did Matthew Schneider.
Severyn and Green trying to move it out. Mullen checks. Zombo, long shot deflected wide. Puck kept in by Adam Oates. It's there with Mullen. Now it bounces in front, right at the crease. Soderstrom is able to tie it up.
A couple of defensemen that were traded in the offseason or acquired one way or another. Brent Severyn is one of the ones that I liked. I thought Brent Severyn, one, is a stand-up, solid defensive player, not a very gritty player. Tough kid. And Marc Bergevin, would love to see Marc Bergevin as a Bruin. Just a great competitor, tough kid. So is Brent. Severyn plays it hard, been in the minor, journeyman, been around.
And the face-off coming up to the right of Soderstrom. Taken over by Severyn. Palffy slams it out. Don Sweeney covers in the Boston zone. Right after him is Travis Green. He's able to get it out of the zone. It's back in, and Zombo trying to come up against Green. Stopped on the boards in Boston territory. Now the Bruins work it out to Neely. Neely with Don Sweeney. Don Sweeney over the line. Stops, cuts, tries to set it up. Oates trying to keep it in. Does. Goes to Mullen. Shot off the side of the net. Just a little wide of the post. And it's batted back. Zombo with it. Out for Oates. Checked by Severyn. Palffy trying to move in with it. Can't. Bob Sweeney seeing a ton of action in this one. Taking a regular shift. Killing penalties. And the forechecking here by Plante kept it in. Hustling in the corner. Plante against Neely. Zombo there too. And Flatley jammed up and a face-off to the left of Locker. Opening minutes of the second period. The Bruins lead the Isles by a score of 2-1.
There's Stevie Casper, youngest coach in, I think, all 4 sports at 34 years of age, just turned 34. Mark Crawford in Colorado. It's his second year with the Nordique/Colorado Avalanche. And look at Kevin Constantine. He's also young.
Bob Sweeney on the faceoff to the left of Locker here in the second period. Dave Reed backs off. Bob Sweeney with Flatley and Plante on the wings. Now McEachern in. And he wins the draw. Slides it off for Reed. For Hines. Snapped in wide of Soderstrom. Bruins. Hines behind the net. Loses to Flatley. And Plante starts it out. Bob Sweeney. Bounce. Deflected into the stands.
Play a little bit ragged here. Well, you're just out of training camp. A few guys haven't got their midseason form yet, obviously. So you're going to be, I think the key word is defensive. You're going to be hesitant. You're going to be a little leery until your confidence builds. Play getting a little more ragged now. That first period jitters are under your belt. The ice here at the Fleet Center is going to take a while to solidify until it gets better.
This now is a 4th line for Boston, and it has been used, I would say, just once in that first period. Donato with Tim Sweeney on the left and Steve Leach on the right. Back comes Flatley, center ice, snapping it in. Donato hit by Plante. Bob Sweeney there. Leach with it. Looking for skating room. There isn't much. Roloff up on the boards. Tim Sweeney taps it out. Oh, we've got 3 Sweeneys there. 2 for Boston. Don and Tim. Bob for the Isles.
Good play there by Tim Sweeney. Kicked that puck up.
Roloff's pass intercepted. Schneider over the line. Flatley. Shot blocked. Bruins right back. Donato with it. Can't set the play on the right wing for Leach. And Schneider coming back. Flipping deep. Maybe icing. Roloff back. 16:20 left in the second period. It's the Bruins 2 and the Islanders 1. Mike Milbury about his new job.
It's been great. New York's been great to me. The organization's been terrific in getting us settled in as a family. And further than that, they've been great in trying to add some players to the team. We just picked up Wendell Clark this week, which is a great acquisition for us. And I think the attitude of the organization is it might take some time, but as long as we're working hard, and we have been, some good things are going to happen.
All right, his team trails 2-1. The Bruins outplayed them in that period. And this hard shot by Raymond Bourque is blocked by Soderstrom from the right point, 50 feet away.
Well, I'll tell you, if Todd Alec keeps up the way he's playing, he's just going to be an outstanding Bruin. I mean, he's doing a lot of the right things here. And I tell you, he's number 20, comes off the draw. Now watch him curl to the net. He does not quit. He is right there all alone for a rebound. Nothing happens of it, mind you. But that is the key. When you that draws one, just don't stand there. Get back in the play. That's the great thing about hockey. You've got to constantly stay in the play.
And the draw won by Kevin Stevens, who was in there. But it went wide of Bourque. Bourque was forced deep by Lindros. Brett Lindros, younger brother of Eric of Philadelphia fame. Moger rushing, right wing side. Gets by Lachance, puts it in front. Stevens jammed, and it went wide. Ellick, rather.
Ellick going to the net here. An excellent opportunity for Ellick. And a nice play by Tommy Soderstrom. Now watch Sandy Moger on the right side. He's just going to kind of fan right here. Holds him outside. A double shoulder slide, really. And it kind of throws the defenseman off. Then he makes the play. But Soderstrom had enough time to pick up the puck before Ellick could get to it.
That was Scott Lachance at defense, and he didn't play in the preseason with a groin injury. He's expected to be right behind Schneider as the top defenseman.
Without a doubt. Scott Lachance is definitely highly regarded. Going to take him a little while. A tremendously difficult thing not to have that month of training camp that other players have had.
And now McInnis rushing over the line. Shot, save, Locker. Right up the middle. And 35 feet dead center. McInnis put it on net.
Take a look at Blaine Locker. I mean, a character. A great guy. A fun guy, Blaine Locker. Dedicated goalkeeper. He stays focused, very competitive. What happens, if one gets by him, he does not get flustered. He just makes sure he doesn't let another one through.
On the face-off, youngster McLaren with it. And the Bruins started out. Todd Ellick up the left side. Over the line to Moger. Moger trying to get it back in front. Doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
And a break up the right side. McInnis coming. Possible 2-on-1. Goes for the shot. Saved by Locker. Well, Marty McInnis has had two right on. This one from the right wing side. And again, about 35 feet out.
Mick Vukota makes an elbow run at him. But here's a nice shot by McInnis. Tees it up top of the circle. It's deflected right there by Bork, up high out of the shoulder. Locker thinks he's got it. Watch Vukota with the elbow in the head. Well, Sandy Moger isn't going to be able to do much about it with that broken jaw. Separates them quickly, but Jackson missed it. You're not allowed to be elbow goaltenders, no matter how you cut it.
On the face-off, Bruins win it. Don Sweeney around for Neely, who has one of the two goals. Moger the other. Green for the Islanders. Derek King keeps it in. Stopped by Zombo. Out to center ice. Mullen playing left wing. Able to backhand it in deep. McCabe and Oates after it. McCabe around for King. Neely hits him in the corner. The puck loose on the other side for Severyn. Out now to Vukota. And the shot wide of Locker. King wraps it around, and Mullen a quick tap out.
Joey Mullen just assessed the play, looked, saw he had no offensive play, made sure he didn't get burned defensively. Good, smart play.
Bruins trying to work it out. Stop. And it goes into the corner. Bertuzzi checked by Zombo. Green with it. Comes off the corner. Shoots. And it's wide. Kept in by Luongo. Pressure now by the Islanders. Zombo checking in the play. It's back to the point. It's pass in. Shot. Great save on Bertuzzi by Locker. As Bertuzzi, the big rangy forward, had it 20 feet in front.
Rick Zombo took exception to Bertuzzi in the slap shot in the slot, whether it followed through or not, but I think more than anything it was just out of position. There's the quick shot. Takes a hit on Bertuzzi. He follows it up with a little chop slash, but it's still too late. Now Zombo gets isolated there with Palffy and Bertuzzi. Vaske, the Bruins very lax here, very sloppy. The forward line really not doing much. They were standing around looking for an offensive opportunity rather than creating one. Bertuzzi saw the hit coming and Zombo didn't like it, so he gave him a little chop and got away with it.
We have 14:15 left. Second period. Bruins lead it 2-1. Bruins 17 shots. The Isles 10. The Isles have 3 in this period to the Bruins 2 so far. Bertuzzi in the corner.
Hand pass.
The hand pass is called.
That was amazing. I saw that whole thing develop. That was a definite glaring hand pass. The linesman saw it, had to signal the referee. Then the referee blew the whistle on that one.
Nobody's perfect.
I know, but the linesman should be able to make that play if they see it and see it quickly.
Green, Palffy, and Bertuzzi. Casatano trying to get it out of the zone, does. Dave Reed into forecheck. The Bruins off to a slow start in the second period as they were in the first. This is icing against the Isles.
It seems to be this line specifically for the Islanders that are creating some havoc here. And the Bruins aren't really responding to this line, no matter who they put out there. That line speed, the puck handling, they seem to be curling pretty well, playing kind of European hockey. Bertuzzi is a very positive player for them. Good look at Stevie Kasper.
The line for Boston has Reed at center with McCabe and Hines on the wings. Face off to the right of Soderstrom. The drawback. Roll off. Shot just wide. Palffy taps it out. Hines back to cover. Reed loses to Palffy. And the Isles started back. Vaske moving it up. Center ice. Olaf trying to set the play. Can't do it. This is icing again against the Islanders. 13:24 left here in the second period.
Got to look at our booth high above a rig side, so to speak. We're up there. Now this is a long way. This isn't like the old bucket, the old garden.
The old oaken bucket.
Yes.
Face off now to the left of Soderstrom.
This has been the Bruins' best line, really.
Bork able to keep it in for the moment, and a penalty coming up.
Kevin Stevens, you know, he took a look over there. He was curling in the open space. Bobby Sweeney's getting a gate again for tripping Stevens, more interfering with him than anything. I mean, Sweeney's only been with the club a couple of days. In the first game with the team, and picks up 3 minor penalties. No odds. Here's Stevens, top of the screen. Right there. There's the hooking. He did not let Kevin Stevens get back to the puck. I have to agree with Bob on this one. That was rather marginal at best.
Well, that is the third penalty on Bob Sweeney, and Vukota has one, so the Bruins go in their 4th power play.
4th power, 3 of them because of Sweeney.
Alec is out there on the face-off. He's waved up. Neely will take it. Back for Bork. Over to Oates. Snapped in front. Knocked away by Soderstrom. That one deflected in. Quick one back for Bork. Bork for Oates. Another one. Scored on a deflection.
Gonna say it was a high stick. Jackson's looking at it. Kevin Collins is in on it. Collins may be saying it was an Islander that tipped it. Who knows? We're going to get a replay on this one, I would imagine. Soderstrom immediately reacted to the shot from the point. But they're counting it 3 up. Okay, they're looking at it 3, but they're going to review it. Sweeney is out of the box. There's the shot. We're going to get a look at it here. Whether Neely or Stevens touch it remains to. Oh, he's in the goal crease. That's one. Neely has it too high. It would be Neely's goal. If they give it to Neely, his stick cannot be above his shoulders, or what they call really 4 feet. I think that the crossbar, I think, is the rule now, which is general. That is up there. Oh no, he got a little bit lower than that. Neely might get away with this one.
Oh, that's perfectly legal.
I think he might get away with that one. He got it before he finished the stroke. This is the replay officials. He got it on the way up. I think you're seeing the official explain it now. It appears that he got it on the way up.
Well, the Bruins power play was Adam Oates firing from the blue line, and generally they don't want that setup. They want Ray Bourque drilling it, but he had the opportunity.
Well, they'll take either one of them that's open. Here's Bourque taking a look. There's the two players go to Bourque. The overrun. You can't overrun. Discipline. Right there's the deflection. Right there, Neely. That's about 4 feet high. The crossbar is the guideline now, not the shoulders any longer. There's a little disparity in size. If the guy was 5'7" and the guy was 6'6", the 6'6" guy gets more opportunity to score. So the standard, it is 4 feet, and that is the height of the crossbar. The goal stands as we figured. He caught it as Fred nailed it. It was on the way up. So Cam Neely gets his second of the evening, and it's 3-1.
Well, it's not quite evening yet, but...
Oh, that's right, too. That's right, too. They changed the time of this one. Well, it just feels like an evening game. A home opener should have been an evening game. But the Bruins accommodated the Red Sox in the hope that the Red Sox would win a game. But they had a tremendous season, the Boston Red Sox.
And the goal is Neely from Oates and Bourque at 6:56. And it's a power play. The first of the season for the Bruins. The second goal of the game for Adam Oates.
Cam Neely, who didn't score any goals in preseason, spoke with him about that. He wasn't worried about that. He just wanted to get his conditioning, and got
Oates
2 already tonight.
Trying to get away from Wendell Clark. Checked on the play. Oates gets it in the corner from Tim Sweeney, but now Muller has it. Muller out. Up over the line. The play is offside. It is Boston 3, Islanders 1. We're in the second period at the Fleet Center.
Cam Neely's second goal of the night gives the Bruins, the afternoon, I'm sorry. The Bruins a 3-1 lead. Now, that next goal is very important, puts the Islanders back in it, in the thick of things, and the Bruins could start to really open it up. They get it.
This is McLaren in the Boston end. Quickly out off the stick of Tim Sweeney. No icing.
Oh,
out.
McCabe was fooled.
Tim Sweeney trying to keep it in. Can't do it. Going to break out in the pass for Lindros. Checked by McLaren. Kept in by Muller. Shot blocked in front. Neely makes the quick flip out, and Oates in a race and has it away from McCabe. Looked for some help, fell down. Bruins Tim Sweeney trying to keep it in, can't. Good back checking by Neely. He's all over the ice. He breaks in for a shot, tough angle wide of Soderstrom, but his speed that time beat the defenseman, but put him at a tough angle.
This is the fastest Cam Neely has ever been since he first came over as a youngster after the injuries. He's really gotten his weight down, and it's really helped that leg out.
Zombo with it, holding away from Green. Able to maneuver in front of the net and get it off to McEachern. Donato breaks in right wing side. Shot is wide with Reed right there. Oh, a heavy hit in a 2-on-1 break. And over the line comes Palffy, a real threat. Shot, save, Locker. Locker kept his eye on the man with the puck.
Palffy tried 5-hole, just got it a little bit too high. Not seeing Blaine Locker a lot, you don't understand his style, but Locker is very good at shutting off 5-hole. One of the best in the league at it, really. He gives you 5-hole, expects you to shoot it there. Now his legs are fanned, his ankle's going to take the corners away. Now let's see here, you better look at it. Did he hit him on the left foot, or? No, he got him on the left knee. He got that 5-hole shut in time. Excellent, there's Palffy. He's just looking shot. I got you here. And accuracy was at a premium there. But Blaine Locker gave it to him, took it away. Jerry Cheevers was one of the masters at that. He'd lean to a post, give you the far side, you'd go for it, and he'd step over while you were shooting and just simply take it away from you.
Each team with 4 shots in the second period. The Bruins lead it 3-1. They have 19 shots overall to 11 for the Islanders. 11-11 left in the second period. Green, Bertuzzi, Palffy, to line for the Isles. In deep, Bertuzzi in the corner. Pulled down on the play by Roloff. No call. Palffy has it. Palffy keeping it in. Looking for the return pass. Drives it in deep for Green, and Bertuzzi behind the net. Two big forwards. Bertuzzi swings around and scores. Set up by Green and Palffy, and Bertuzzi gets the Isles right back in it.
This is the only line that is going for the Islanders. The Bruins have got to focus on shutting it down. It's Stevie Leach on the right side here in a change with Ellick and Stevens. Joey Mullen hasn't been out in a couple of shifts. He may be injured. I don't see. Oh, he's out there now. Okay, Mullen's okay. Good goal by Bertuzzi.
And that's his first NHL goal. A rookie, big forward, as is Travis Green. And they use their size to set that one up.
First round 93 draft.
Neely works it over the line and then is broken up. King coming back. King looking for Flatley, doesn't work. Back comes Oates. In, shot, save. Soderstrom well out of the net to take the entire angle away. At the right point, Roloff trying to keep it in, can't do it. And a break by King. King for McInnis, shot, save. Third shot by Marty McInnis in this, the second period. Great chance there. Don Sweeney breaks back over the line. Looking for Oates. It doesn't work. We're halfway through the game. The Bruins lead 3-2. Oates can't set the play in front. McInnis wheels it out of the zone. Bork comes back. A lead for Sandy Moger. Scored the first goal. Quick shot here. Stevens. And a save by Soderstrom. Oh, he got rid of it very quickly.
That just hit Soderstrom. He didn't even see it.
The game opens up here, and icing called against the Islanders. The goal scored by Bertuzzi, Palffy and Green assisting at 9-11. Bruins have 2 goals by Neely, 1 by Moger.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wanted to see the drop pass right there in that situation. Joey Mullen was alone really for a moment. Donnie Sweeney went to Adam Oates. It did not work out. And that kind of puts 4 people out of position. Tommy Soderstrom. Todd Alec very good on the draws, as is Kirk Muller. That shot was a very good. And Todd Alec right around the net again. It's a great sign for a centerman. Someone who reads the play, wins the draw, and gets to the front of the net. But he gets there unmolested. Anything bounces to Alec, he's going to be able to shovel it in the open crease. But he's been winning his draws with regularity. Here, Muller, he wins with his foot. And watch him curl. He uses the linesman perfectly. Muller comes off him, but if that puck bounces loose, Muller's got to stay with him all the way.
And the face-off coming up to the left of Soderstrom. .9:28 left, second period. Bertuzzi against Alec. The draw goes to the Islanders. Luongo gets it out. Bounces into the stands, and a face-off call in the neutral zone.
Well, Kirk Muller knows it. Alec has been beating him. You put in Bertuzzi, do you put in someone else? You try something new. You look at Stevie Kasper. Got to be very, very happy in speaking with him about the acquisition of Alec. Stevie talked to him in the offseason, and as a rule, Alec has always just gone to a hockey club and tried to make the team in camp, and Kasper wanted him to be a leader. Just didn't want him to be an also-ran. He said, you're going to be a big part of this hockey club.
McLaren is broken up inside the Boston line, and the Isles able to keep it in. Luongo wraps it around the other side. Ray Bork there. Trying to move it out. Can't do it. Bounces in. McLaren able to get control. Green after him. Gives him the hit on the follow-up, but the pass is away into the corner. Bruins try the other side. McLaren in there. Moger flips it up. Not out. Pressure by the Isles continues. And a penalty on Boston here. As Green was taken down, he's back to get a shot dead on. Locker a big save. And Green can't understand how he didn't score on that one. It is Bruins 3, Islanders 2. Back in a moment on UPN 38.
Now we get a look here, the opportunity. Bruins, there's Orem on the one side of the building. There's Todd Ellick. There's a little dump and trip as Travis Green was trying to jump into the play. Ellick goes back to Travis Green. That's sound defensively, but Green gets a shot away. Ellick gets clipped in the nose or face for his trouble. The Bruins have a very big kill here at 3-2. You're going to allow the Islanders right flush even with you after a half a game. So,
well, the Islanders are 1 for 1 in power plays. The Bruins 1 for 4. Bruins lead it 3-2. McEachern and Reed are out there. Muller broken up by McEachern. Schneider and Lachance play the points. King out there with Muller and Park. A good stop by McEachern, and again he moves it out of the zone. 8:02 left here in the second period. 3-2 the Bruins lead. King flipping in behind the net. Zombo gets it.
Good play there by Zombo. Wow.
Schneider starts the power play for the Isles. Looking for King on the right wing. King across for Clark. Clark hit by Zombo. The puck bounces for Donato. Not out. Bruins try twice to get it out. Can't do it. And now it is drilled out of there by Don Sweeney.
Nice catch there by Scott Lachance.
45 seconds left on the power play. Zombo takes down a man, and Don Sweeney on the loose puck, able to move it out.
Pure clean-cut hold on Matthew Schneider, and Dave Jackson didn't see it.
Back for it now. It is Vaske.
Oh!
Almost lost in front. Out comes Travis Green. Green is over the line, steaming in for a shot that's just tipped wide by Casatano. Vaske keeps it in. Green now with it, trying to get it to Bertuzzi. Around the boards, pressure by this line. This is an excellent line. They've accounted for the 2 goals. Back to Vaske. Shot is wide. Locker tripped a man in front. The Bruins are going to be continuing a man short.
Locker tried to get away with a trip. Okay, he learned a lesson. They're going to call that. Bertuzzi come out of the corner. Gives him a little chop trip. Now we're in trouble. Now you bet the penalty killing unit right back on after killing one. Geez, I thought it was Locker. Maybe they give it to Raymond coming out of the side of the net.
And the faceoff called in the Boston end. And continuing power play. It is Bork for tripping. 13:22.
Here it is here. Oh, I thought it was Locker's leg and stick. It wasn't. It was Raymond from behind with a little trip. Let's straighten that out.
Had it been Locker, the Bruins could have picked a man to move him out. They would not have picked Raymond Bork.
No, they certainly wouldn't have. That's why I figured that obviously I missed it.
Now it is back to Schneider at the right point. Up for King, right wing side. He's broken up by Don Sweeney. Bruins break short-handed. McEachern. Slap shot blocked. His stick was. He tries to keep it in. Hustles after it. The loose puck to Marty McInnis. The local boys abound. And a lot of ex-Boston College players. Lachance, former BU star. In deep. McInnis gets it. Back to Lachance. Screen shot blocked by Zombo. Loose puck to Don Sweeney. And the backhand out. 1:15 left on the Isles power play. The Bruins lead 3-2. In deep, solid checking by Hines took Lachance down. Schneider weaves it out to center ice. Looks for Palffy, but he has to wind up with it. Palffy looking for Travis Green. Now to Bertuzzi in deep behind the net, losing to Roloff, who can't move it out. Now it deflects into the stands, and the face-off call. 43 seconds left on the Isles power play, their third.
Wonderful penalty killing by Stevie Hines, no doubt about that. Good hard work here. Soderstrom sets it up, but Stevie Hines stays with his man, kind of banging his stick around the leg, slows Lachance up. Then Lachance gets a little carried away with holding on to Hines' stick, but he gets away with it. It's a beautiful play by Travis Green at the blue line to stay on side and almost get that pass back from Palffy.
The shots are even in the second period, 7 apiece, 22-14 overall for Boston. 3-2 the Bruins lead. McCabe wraps this one in. Green after it. Boy, he's become a force for this team. Finally realizing his potential. Palffy back. Vaske shot picked off by Locker.
Wow. Saw that through a screen. Dennis Vaske has really turned into a great hockey player. He, along with Matthew Schneider and Scott Lachance, starting to give the Islanders pretty good defense. Right there, through it all, playing Locker. It's tipped as well. And Locker says, I got it.
Dave Reed against Travis Green. Green scored the first goal for the Isles on a power play. Bruins have 2 goals by Cam Neely, 1 by Sandy Moger. Casatano able to wrap it out. And taken by Hines. Hines breaking shorthanded. Gets the shot away as he's taken down. It goes wide into the corner. Reed spilled. Penalty on the Isles.
Palffy was in the fray, but I think McCabe is the one that's going to get the hook here. And McCabe is, Islanders are very high on him. I thought I would see a little more ice time out of McCabe tonight. Islanders draftee, 40th overall in the '93 draft. Member of last year's gold medal team for Canada in the World Junior Championships. Voted top defenseman in the tournament. He's the first Canadian player to do so since 1982, and Gordy Kluzak did it. So Brian McCabe. Islanders regard him highly, but penalized on that one.
And this is the 5th power play for the Bruins. They're 1 for 4, and the Isles are now 0 for 3. And the face-off in the Islanders zone. In 11 seconds, the Bruins will have the power play. Right now, it is 4-on-4. Face-off to the left of Soderstrom. Twice the Bruins had 2-goal leads. Twice the Isles have come back to narrow it. Neely with it. Oates, quick shot, saves Soderstrom. 20 feet in front. Neely to Oates. John Sweeney on it now at the Boston zone, trying to keep possession so they can get organized. He has trouble with Bob Sweeney. Now Oates with it. Full strength Boston. They're on the power play. Muller looking for Neely, and it's tipped wide. Plante trying to move it out, stopped by Neely. Neely looking in front for Oates, can't get it. Back at the right point, it's kept in. Flipped across for Bork, lets it go, and it's deflected wide and all the way down to the Boston end with plenty of steam on that one. 1:10 left on the Boston power play, and 4 minutes left in the second period at the new Fleet Center. Roloff. Well, he worked it over the line, but Stevens offside.
I had a junior coach that used to absolutely go berserk on defensemen that were on the far side and go for the far side of the net. And this slap shot, go to the middle of the net or the short side. The far side, when it goes wide and is missed, becomes a negative. Now you think you got it, but it's gone and around. It wraps around. The other defenseman can't get to it. Happens Bill Long, my junior coach, just used to go berserk over that. They'd say hit the net or go to the short side, go for the rebound. If you miss the far side, it's going to be down your end, especially on a power play.
And the Bruins in action on Monday afternoon, the holiday against Buffalo. That action on Nesson. Over the line comes Ellick. Ellick trying to move it in front, can't do it. Bork collides with Oates, and Muller able to get it. Taken down by Ray Bork at the Boston end. Jams it up and kills some time there. Now he's jamming it up on Ellick. 25 seconds left on the power play for the Bruins. On the right side, Kevin Stevens in deep. Drops it back. Ellick. Bork. Shot. Save. Rebound wide. Oh, great chance, Neely. And that'll just about do it on the power play. Ellick coming back up for Stevens. 2 lines, they say, and 2:49 left. 3-2 the Bruins lead. Second period. It is action at the Fleet Center.
We get a chance to look at it. When this play develops, you're going to watch it. Goes over to Kevin Stevens. And he looks right there. I got Ellick with me. Okay, little flip. Ellick had already taken a look himself. Said, okay, I got the point man with me. That's the anticipation in this league. That was tipped by Neely. He got himself the hat trick with that one.
And right now, teams are at full strength. 2:38 left in period number 2. 3-2 Boston. Sandy Moger the first goal. And here comes McEachern over the line. A drilling shot and a save by Soderstrom and no rebound. And that came from 40 feet out.
As we said, Tommy Soderstrom is very small. He's not a very big kid at all. He loves to challenge the shooters. Once he saw McEachern wind up, he just jumped out of that goal crease. He's a good 8 feet out of the top of the goal crease. I gotcha.
After that Buffalo game Monday, the Bruins head for their road trip, their annual one, and they start with the Colorado Avalanche. They look good.
They're a good hockey team. They're very deep. We've always said about the Nordiques, they've got so much talent. The only problem they have is they only got 1 puck.
That's their only problem. McEachern puts it in front. Leach taps it in on Soderstrom for a save. And McEachern very much involved in those last couple of plays.
Sean McEachern's a good hockey player in himself. He's got very good speed. He has to get emotionally up for more games than he does. But when he's ready to play, he can play, and he's fast, gritty, can move the puck, a great shot.
He's at left wing, Reed at center, and Leach at right wing. Back to Don Sweeney. Shot in, save, backhander, McEachern blocked, goes to the corner. Leach trying to work it in front. The big line on for the Islanders, their most effective one. Bertuzzi down the right wing side, using his size against Don Sweeney, gets the puck, puts it in front, and it just went wide again. Bertuzzi with that turnaround. He scored their second goal with it. And boy, he had plenty of heft going in on Don Sweeney.
I don't think Don Sweeney's seen that move from a forward before. That's a very good move. He just went right at him and pushed him back onto his heels. He made first an original contact, and Sweeney was a little taken aback by it. He'll adjust quickly to it. But when whoa.
Kevin Stevens jamming there with Schneider.
Well, he just ran Bertuzzi for running Sweeney. Now Ellick has gotten in on Scott Lachance. Kevin Stevens not too thrilled with Matthew Schneider. Schneider was showing good leadership in defending the rookie. Kevin Stevens just gave him a thump with the unorthodox hit on Donnie Sweeney. So the boys are kind of straightening each other out at this point. But Matthew Schneider, you gotta love him. He's a competitor, tough kid. So is Kevin Stevens. There's the punch in the head, kind of. That kind of put Sweeney on the heels, and Bertuzzi just never slowed down. Almost got himself a goal out of it. There's Stevens with the punch in Bertuzzi's head. There's Schneider saying, hey, you can't do that to him. And Kevin Stevens gives him a shove back. Muller comes into it late. Schneider figures that's enough, and Sandy Moger along the side. Todd Ellick gets it mixing up with Scott Lachance. So the boys get a little feisty here in the afternoon.
And the Bruins have 12 shots in this period, 8 for the Islanders, 27-15 overall for Boston, and a 3-2 lead for the Bruins. 1:15 left in the second period. Muller out for King with McCabe trailing, and it's off for Muller. Muller trying to get it in front. Play broken up.
Nice play by McLaren.
McLaren, the rookie. Muller loses to Alec. Alec breaks it out 2-on-2 on the right side for Moga. Moga, good shift. Tried to get it in front for Alec, didn't work. Alec right back. This shot is blocked on Stevens, who had the chance. Nice playmaking by Moger and Alec.
Islanders get a holding penalty. McCabe again. So Sweeney has picked up 3 and McCabe 2 of the Islanders' 6 penalties. Nice here, move out there. There's that little outside slide. There's the twirl, twist, and the trip and twist. Not acceptable any longer. Stick between the legs and then trip a player over the stick. Used to let that one go. Last year was dreadful, the penalties they let go.
And the Bruins on their 6th power play. They're 1 for 5.
There's got to look at Mike Milbury complaining about the call. What is the defenseman to do? Well, the defenseman has to skate a little better. That's what he has to do. Has to be a little more fleet of foot rather than that very basic stick between the legs and maul you to the board. Stand up and hit you.
Vaske gets it out. 40 seconds left in the period. Stevens, Oates, and Neely. Bork checked at the line. Bork trying to move it in. The Isles stop the play. Bruins cannot penetrate. Travis Green is out as a penalty killer. Soderstrom trying to move it out. Bork able to keep it in. Bork at the side of the net. Puts it in front. Knocked away from Oates. Kept in by Stevens. Oates. For Neely. One-timer. And it's blocked and goes wide. And Soderstrom out to smother it as time runs out. In this, the second period. The shots 13-8 for Boston. 28-15 overall. And a pair of goals by Cam Neely helps put the Bruins ahead. They're ahead 3-2. Stay with us for our second intermission after these messages. Boston Bruins hockey on UPN 38 is brought to you by Lincoln Mercury. See your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer, where you can imagine yourself in a new Mercury. By the people of Tucker Anthem, serving investors since 1892. And by the 9X Yellow Pages. More information, more solutions, more stuff. And now the mobile highlights with Derek Sanderson.
Thank you, Fred. But the Bruins just going to move the puck here nicely. Todd Elliott gets it kind of knocked away from him, but Neely finds the point man, covered or not. There's Kevin Stevens in front of the net. Now watch Neely right here. Boom. He tips it in front of the net. A beautiful tip. What he did is he worked very hard to stay clean, to stay away from people. Soderstrom complaining about one of being too high and two. Kevin Stevens in the crease. There it gets tipped, down and away. Soderstrom can't pick it up. Trying to say that the stick was too high. Replay disproved that theory. The Bruins with a very narrow margin, really, of 3-2. They're not, haven't put the Islanders away yet. That one Islander line, who Mike Milbury is playing to death, they're getting a ton of ice time.
And now a word from Larry Moulter, the president of the Fleet Center. He's got to be very proud.
Yeah, I think we're all terribly excited about the building. It's got a long way to go operationally. We've got to do a few more things to make it a little bit more efficient. And it's going to take us some time to learn this building. But I think the general reaction has been nothing but positive. It's been very upbeat, very, very involved with the action.
Larry Moulter has done an absolutely outstanding job in getting this garden together. His staff has been very good. And we will kind of update you on the staff that's responsible at a later date, but I tell you, a tremendous job they've done here. Everybody is happy. I think you'll find the glowing reports tomorrow in the newspapers.
I thought I saw a figure over 400 people working here for an event such as this, and that's not only great for employment and money for people who need it, but it's a great service for the people who attend.
And you and I are also in that employment list, which is very good.
Isn't that nice?
That's the important part.
First things first.
Fleet Center seating capacities for hockey 17,002. That's 2,700 and a bit more. Basketball is 3,500 more, and the concerts almost 4,100 more seats here at 19,600.
Adam Oates out there for the face-off. And he's against Travis Green, who's been a big factor in this one. Goal and an assist. Bruins have a power play for a minute. It is their 6th power play. They're 1 for 5. Trying to get it over the line. Oates trying to collect, is taken down on the play. Vigorous work in the corner. Goes to the left of Soderstrom. Neely throwing his weight around. Stevens back for Bork. Bork watched, moves. Neely score! A beautiful hat trick for Cam Neely as he puts the backhander away.
What a wonderful way for Cam Neely to start his career in the Fleet Center. Excellent work along the boards by Adam Oates, Kevin Stevens, and Cam Neely. Neely then gets clean. Ray Bork is isolated alone at the blue line. Everybody thinks he's going to make it to McLaren, and he makes the play down low to Neely, and Neely does not panic in front of the net. There's the pass. I got it. Soderstrom comes across. Now watch Soderstrom. Right, I got it. Oh, no, you don't. Cam Neely goes backhand and pops his hat trick. People here at the Fleet Center are thrilled. Good happen to a more deserving Bruin. I mean, a tremendous comeback. He went through a lockout last year and struggled in the playoffs, and it could fire in his eyes in the offseason. He worked very hard. Tremendous physical condition. He's got a program that his speed is back. His hands and his strength never left him. But he's in perfect physical mid-season form, Neely. And well-deserved hat trick. Fans show their appreciation.
#1 city in the National Hockey League for hats thrown after a hat trick.
Yeah, without a doubt. You got to figure hats out there on the average about $12, $15. The better part of $1,000 out there. The hat concession here is thrilled. They're going, great. Keep on throwing them.
First hat trick in the Fleet Center. So there's a lot of firsts here.
Sandy Mulgrew got the first goal. Cam Neely responds with the next 3. Always nice when you start a new season. That first game is so important to get in the point column. Get the zeros out of the way. Get an assist, get a goal. It started in the right direction. Cam Neely has done that.
2 for 6 on the power play. 2 of them by Cam Neely. And of course, he's pretty awesome on the power play. Now added to that Bruins power play is Kevin Stevens, who was out there, and he and Oates fought for it along the boards to get it back to Ray Bork.
They did, and what I was just going to make a quick comment. 3 Bruins on the boards. But what they did is they dispersed quickly once they got it to Bork. I believe it was Kevin Stevens got it to Bork. They haven't announced an assist for him yet. May have been Oates. But there's Kevin Stevens. I mean, Cam Neely was absolutely thrilled that Stevens was acquired in the offseason. It showed the team that the Bruins are serious about competing for the Stanley Cup. I think it showed the fans that the Bruins were serious. The acquisition of Ellick and Mullen, Stevens, getting some veteran players here. Well, that hat trick, well and good. Still 19 minutes left. You still got to play a lot of hard hockey yet. The Islanders have scrambled back before. Down 2-0, made it 2-1. The Bruins went ahead 3-1. They made it 3-2. Now Bruins at 4-2.
Well, the Isles have a very impressive line there, centered by Travis Green. The Bruins are going to have to really button them up.
Well, now what they need is they need Muller and Clark to pick it up. But you have Kirk Muller has complained and hopes to be traded. I don't know whether he has rectified that situation or not in the offseason. Wendell Clark held out all training camp, really didn't get a lot of ice time. So it's going to take him a while at his age to get his timing back.
Muller hustles down, so there's no icing. Keeps it in with Wendell Clark. Wheels around, shoots, blocked, score, Muller! Muller scores immediately on the rebound of Clark's shot. And again, the Bruins squander a 2-goal lead.
And that's we were just kind of stating that fact. Muller and Clark get going, then they're going to have 2 good lines. Here's a look, there's the body, Muller behind the net, Wendell Clark jumps in. There's the interference right there on Dave Reed by Lindros. They're going to call it a collision, but when Dave Reed gets knocked out of the play, the net gets knocked up. But Locker wants, there's the net, supposed to be off the moorings. It wasn't off the moorings, though. It came back down and settled, so the goal will count.
So at 1:42, Neely from Bork and Stevens. And at 1:59, the Isles did not waste much time. Muller from Clark.
One of the major things in this game, one of the cardinal sins, is not to be scored on in the first and last minute of a period. And also, do not get scored upon after just scoring a goal. That is devastating. Harry Sinden was masterful at coaching against that. I mean, he just put out a defensive-minded line, a unit, and that was the key. Do not get scored upon. Don't think going out and get one.
The key was Muller preventing the icing by beating the Bruins. Here's a shot on Soderstrom, the save, by beating, I believe it was Don Sweeney, behind the goal line, and that kept it in. Here's Moger. He has a goal, puts it in front, but Clark has it. 3 times the Bruins have had 2-goal leads, and 3 times they have squandered half of it. Just underway in the 3rd period, 4-3 Boston. Wendell Clark a long one, Locker the save, Muller, his shot misses. Kept in by Schneider. Bruins take over, and Moger able to get it out of the zone. That Schneider puts it right back in. Shots are 3-1 for the Islanders in the 3rd period, but the one for Boston was Neely's goal. A hat trick for Cam Neely. Back now, Don Sweeney icing. Well,
I'm sorry, Fred. This is a very gritty Islander team. As you mentioned, they've been chipping away, coming back. I think they're coming into this game a little defensive-minded. They know they don't have a lot of offense. And they just got behind the 8 ball early. They're trying to fight back. You've got to watch Palffy, Bertuzzi, and Green, obviously. With Muller and Clark picking it up a little bit. Bruins are going to need some more goals from other people aside from Neely.
Adam Oates is out there with Mullen on the left, Neely on the right. Schneider and Mullen in the corner. Bertuzzi backhands it out. Chomping away is Zombo, and it's icing. I didn't think he was going to get there, but he won the race. He had a head start, and it's icing.
Palffy very fleet of foot. Rick Zombo, not the fastest player in the league, but in a foot race, length of the building, really it's extremely difficult to pick up 6-7 feet. 10 seasons, played very steady, stay-at-home defenseman, hard, gritty, takes the body. Good guy in the room, funny. He'll be a good Bruin.
And the face-off coming up to the right of Soderstrom. One for Bertuzzi. Lachance stopped. A pass intended for Neely. Can't get it. He's cutting the other way. He's 30 feet in front. Locker way out. Trying to move it out. Up for Mullen. Mullen check. And a neat interception by Green. And back Palffy. Shot. Save. Locker. Loose puck. In front. And a score by the Isles. Bertuzzi might have tied it up.
Might have been Travis Green, I think, Fred, on a turnaround. He jumped right in. The only reason I'm saying that is he's the only right-handed shot at the line, and a right-handed shot reached out and snaps it quickly. And a pile of players. A great goal by Travis Green, a no-quit Islander hockey club. Here they come. They pick off a pass at center ice, come down and Harmony. This shot gets away. Up high on Locker, takes it off the chest. Now he's just waiting for rebound. Now Travis Green on a turnaround just snaps it, finds the corner. That's all. Just good hard work by Travis Green.
And the game is tied up. So the Isles battling back with 2 quick goals. Green from Palffy at 2:59. And we're tied at 4. Long lead pass. McCabe can't get it. On the other side, it is Leach. Broken up. The Isles break it out. Bob Sweeney. He's over the line. Stopped by Reed. Knocked out of the zone. Now right back comes Reed. Can't make the connection at the Isles blue line. Travis Green. Second goal of the afternoon to tie it up. A break here for Moger over the line. Drops it for Stevens. Shot save Soderstrom. Moger from Stevens again. Moger can't cut in front with the puck. Moger out of the corner to Alec. Back for Moger. He is hit. Stevens can't get the loose puck. And Muller comes right back. A long lead for a hustling Wendell Clark. Able to keep it in. His pass intended in front didn't work. And back for it McCabe. We have 15:43 left here in period number 3. The game tied at 4. After the Bruins had taken a 4-2 lead. Bruins 4, Isles 4. Back in a moment on UPN 38.
Bruins fans, here's today's
8 left here, third period. The Isles with 2 quick goals after Neely's hat trick made it 4-2 for Boston here in the third period. Now face off to the right of Soderstrom. Isles have outshot the Bruins 5-2 in the third period. Total shots of 30-20 for the Bruins. Screen shot. Don Sweeney doesn't get in. And a breakout by McCabe. He had a 3-on-2 lead there. This long shot by Muller by McCabe is wide. And Todd Alec with it. Alec for Moger. Moger over the line. For Stevens, the play is offside.
Now, as we said, this game, you get very emotional. You get the lift. Steve Neely got a hat trick. And you have to remember, the opponent doesn't really care. The Islanders have been very hardworking, not very fancy, save for the one line. And this is a young line. Travis Green, Palffy, and Bertuzzi.
And now for the Isles. Green is out there. He has 2 of the 4 goals. Adam Oates on the draw. Green wins it. This one bounces into the stands at the face-off call. Ray Bork on defense with 18-year-old Kyle McLaren. Signed a 3-year contract with the Bruins.
Tell you what, he's played a nice, solid hockey game. 40 minutes, nothing tricky. Getting the job done. Shows a lot of composure out there. I mean, you don't look at him as an 18-year-old, just out of junior. That's a good sign. I mean, if you feel that he's that important to you, you can play him and play him regular. Have a lot of confidence in him.
Bob Sweeney with it, snaps it in wide of Locker. Neely for Oates. Oates stick handles to center ice over the line. Plays it in deep. Going for Tim Sweeney, who's at left wing, in place of Joey Mullen on this line. The puck is up for McInnis. Not out. Shot in by Neely. 4-4 the score. McInnis gets it loose and out of the zone. McLaren back for it with Bork. Quick play to center ice. It's covered by Lachance. Right back off wing comes McInnis for a backhander here by Flatley that missed. Schneider keeping it in right point. Now McLaren trying to come off the corner.
Good play, good solid move there.
Up for McEachern. He's hit. The Bruins get possession. A lead on the left for Reed, too far. Icing against Boston with 13:48 left here in period number 3. 3 times in the game the Bruins had 2-goal leads. 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, but it is now 4-4.
That's a 13.5-minute hockey game, really, is all you got. Kyle McLaren made a nice play up to Reed there, but that kind of ends up between end of toe and heel of stick in that area. That's very difficult to pick up a pass. Reed tried to deflect it so it wouldn't be icing. Didn't work out.
The line is Muller with Clark and Lindros on the wings. Clark with it. Shot and a save. Locker and no rebound.
You got to be careful there. Kirk Muller was loose off the draw. Right here, he comes clean. Not any kind of rebound at all. Boom. It's in the net. Dave Reed, not a centerman. Just Muller just curls and gets away from him.
Clark again. This one missed the net. Vaske pinches in. Moves it behind the net. Loose puck picked up by Clark. Clark for Lindros from Muller. They're wheeling and dealing in the Boston zone. Lindros in the corner. Checked in the play by Hines, but it's kept in now for Clark. Clark trying to turn it around and in front. A jam there at the crease. Loose puck. And the net dislodged to finally help out the Boston Bruins.
Locker's going to get a penalty, and deservedly so. He knocked the net off the mooring intentionally because the player come out of that little scrum with the puck at the far side of the net. You got to look at Locker. Watch his back. He's just going to lift up when he doesn't. He can't get across. See, there goes the shoulder. You have to do it a little more subtly than that. The best way to do it is just stand up. Uh-oh, there it is. Just to make sure he doesn't make the wraparound. Now the Bruins are in trouble. You got Kasatonov in the box, going to serve it for Locker. Islanders have a very good power play in Green and Palffy and Bertuzzi with Scott Lachance and Matthew Schneider on the point. That is 5 very talented players.
The Owls have outshot the Bruins in the third period 7-2. Locker delay of game. 13:14 left. Third period power play for the Isles. It is their 4th. They have a power play goal. Puck to center ice off Palffy's stick. Schneider and Lachance are the point men. Adam Oates is a penalty killer along with Joey Mullen. Bertuzzi, the big winger, in deep. Behind the net, McLaren trying to move it. Falls on it.
Good play, McLaren. 2 guys on him. Both were going to take the body. McLaren decided that he'd go in and get the puck. Well, he didn't bail out of the situation. He didn't check up. He went for it. Knew he was going to get hit. Nice play.
We're looking at Palffy, and the Isles drafted Wade Redden, and he was drafted 2nd overall, first round. But they didn't sign him. He's an 18-year-old junior. He's gone back to junior.
Wade Redden is an excellent hockey player, a wonderful young hockey player. Islanders have a nice future. Sigmund Palffy, he was the 26th pick overall, played with Peter Snatsky on the Slovak national team in the Lillehammer Olympics. Led the Olympics in scoring with 10 points, 3 goals and 7 assists.
On the faceoff, Green gets it back for Schneider. Shot.
Careful.
Wide. Bertuzzi behind the net. Size helps him. Nets off again.
Lane Locker's upset at this point. That was a nice defensive play by McLaren. That is a very big, very fancy, very strong Bertuzzi. Now watch as the puck comes loose. That's McLaren on Bertuzzi on the turnaround. He picks it up. He sees it in time. Body weight takes him. Keeps him flush. Does not allow him to come to the front of the net. How'd that net pop off the moorings? Another Locker move in defiance.
Right now, 1:26 left on the power play. The penalty against Locker. Fourth power play for the Isles. Palffy, Green, Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi has been impressive. Has a goal. His size helps him so much in the corners behind the net. Schneider at the left point and Lachance at the right. Bertuzzi will take the draw. And it's back for Lachance, for Schneider. Lachance. This one deflected wide into the corner. Palffy able to keep it in. Bertuzzi. Now back to the point. Lachance, a shot. Oh, that was close.
Was that ever close? I think that went in. I was going in the net. I think it hit McLaren in the foot and stayed wide.
A minute left on the Isles power play. 12 minutes left here, third period, 4-4. Palffy trying to go, and he takes a hit from Zumbo. The fans react to that. Lachance starts the play again. Good forechecking by Reed, who takes the puck and drives it deep into the Isles zone. Boy, the Bruins need a spark. The Isles got theirs by 2 quick goals after Neely hat-trick made it 4-2 here in the third. 18
Too many men on the ice. I believe too many men on the ice is the call, and the Garden faithful picked it up immediately. That's embarrassing to Milbury. Coming home, not his fault, mind you. You tell a player to go, and a player is supposed to know he only goes when his man in his position comes off. But Mike appears upset enough. He might have sent an extra body out there and not counting them all. Just shrugged his shoulders to the effect, I don't know what happened.
And it comes at 8:28.
Milbury's explaining it now.
This will be the 7th power play for Boston. They're 2 for 6, both by Cam Neely.
Once again, this can end up a scenario.
The power play hasn't started yet. There's 18 seconds left on Locker's penalty.
No, but the scenario is you can't just leave it up to Neely. Someone else got to start pulling the trigger.
And the face-off just inside the Isles blue line. Isles win the draw. They've won most of them in this game. Muller starts it out right wing. Gains the line. The pass stopped by the back checking of Ellick. Can't send it away to Stevens. And now the power play for Boston. Up it goes to Todd Ellick. Ellick to Stevens. Cross for Neely. Stevens. Ellick sets up in front. In front. Bork. Cut right for the net 20 feet away. And it was blocked wide. Right point. Bork keeps it in. Pass up is stopped by McCabe. He's chopped down. McInnis rolls it in wide of Locker. 1:12 left on the Boston power play. 4-4 the score. 10:40 left, third period. Ellick deep. All the way around for Ray Bork. Moves it to the backboards. Alec there. Alec kicks a pass to Stevens. Goes into the back of the net. And the face-off called by referee Jackson to the right of Soderstrom.
Kevin Stevens had the right idea, hit a foot. Tried to chop it back to Todd Alec. Alec tried to kick it to Stevens, didn't kick it to him cleanly. Allowed an Islander to jump on him. I believe it was Vaske. So Bruins certainly have had their opportunities on this on the power play today.
Yeah, but the last one was when Neely scored. They have only 2 shots in this period, and we've gone halfway through the period.
Right, and I'm saying that they had their chances with power play chances, period, by 7 of them. Really accomplished much. Power play has a little work to do yet.
Alec with Stevens. Neely on the wings. Blocker saved from Oates. Blue line by Soderstrom. Way to Bork. Shot save. Soderstrom kicks it out. Plante able to poke it away and drive it out as Bork tried to close in. Oates chased by Bob Sweeney. Long bouncing pass for Neely. He can't get it. 20 seconds on the Boston power play. Neely for Alec. Alec over the line. Right wing boards. Pass all the way across for Bork. Shot blocked loose. Stevens can't get the puck on the rebound. Kept in by Alec. Alec for Oates. Cutting to the net. Can't get control. Played behind the net. Stevens. Alec there. Stevens anchored off to the side. And the Isles are able to move it out. And that's it on the power play. 4-4. Bruins checked at the line. Palffy comes back with Bertuzzi. And Green, a shot just wide. Just missed the post to the right of Locker. Bertuzzi again around. Moves it in front. Bruins get possession. Out comes Leach. Leach trying to send it through to McCabe, and it doesn't work. Don Sweeney and Zombo start the play. Indeed.
Lachance going to get the gate for taking out Steve Leach.
Bruins will go in their 8th power play. Bruins 4, Islanders 4. Third period at the Fleet Center.
You're not allowed to hit Stevie Leach at this point. There's Scott Lachance taking him to the wall. Solid hit. It's interference. Good night. Dave Jackson called it. Scott Lachance. And the rest of the league has got to get used to that. Steve Leach did not have the puck. Was chasing it. You cannot hit him.
Boston on their 8th power play. They're 2 for 7. The Isles are 1 for 4. Ray Bork stays out there. Now Roloff joining him. Bruins Kevin Stevens for Oates. Oates up front in deep. Neely spilled by Vaske. Puck jammed in front. Loose. Still loose. Pile of players pouncing on it, and that tied it up. 1:30 left on the power play. 8:20 left. Third period. 4-4.
Cam Neely, a great second effort. Once he gets dumped, he gets popped. He's airborne, really. And I think he gets a stick on it to just kind of bounce it and drag it in front of the net. Now watch Neely behind the net. Here he is, airborne. There he is. He's sweeping it with his hand, and it pops right out in front. Good second effort by Neely. Never paid off, but it could have.
Shots are 7-4 Isles in the third period. The drawback for Bork. Able to keep it in with Roloff. They're jammed up on the boards. Severyn backhands it out. Total shots are 32 Boston, 22 for the Isles. Power play Bruins. Oates wraps it in. Bork able to keep it in with Neely. Neely on the boards. In deep. Oates works it free. Puts it across and can't connect with Roloff cutting for the net. Neely hands a pass right here, and the Isles get it. Green able to tap it down. Boy, he's played the power play. He's taken down at center ice. He's killed penalties. Don Sweeney works it in. Shot wide. 32 seconds left. And the Isles have done a beautiful job on this, the 8th power play of the Bruins, keeping Boston at bay in a 4-4 game. 7 minutes left. Todd Elliott over the line. Mullen. The pass off is stopped. Sweeney able to keep it in for Moger, who has a goal. And Neely got the rest of them. Isles work it out. Casatano trying to start the play. Lachance comes out of the box. Works it over the line. Fires in deep. Muller after it. Muller scrapping. Tying up about 3 Bruins there. Getting the puck. And rolling it back to the left point, where McCabe puts it in for Clark. Clark trying to get it in front. They do. And it is fired here and missed as Severyn drilled that one in a screen of players. The Bruins hemmed in. Alec finally able to tap it out of the zone to relieve the pressure, and a changeup. 6:10 left. Period 3. 4-4. Kasatonov up for Hines. Flips it in wide of Soderstrom. Luongo trying to move it out. Hines checks. Drive. McLaren save. Oh, he had a great chance from 40 feet out. And back comes Clark with a threat. At the back checking, the McLaren stopped it. While the youngster got back in his defensive position in time to intercept. Vaske wraps it in.
That was an excellent series for McLaren. That's a good confidence builder for the youngster, too.
But the Isles press in the zone. Roloff trying to dig it free. Zombo, rather. And Hines just gets it out. Vaske takes over. 5:20 left. 3rd period. Bruins have 5 shots, despite, well, really 3 power plays in this period. Hitting the post on that drive was Flatley. To the right of Locker. Almost had the go-ahead goal. McInnis able to move it in. Zombo in the corner. Trying to dig it free. The Isles keep it in. Along the boards, it's McInnis wrapping it up. Fans get a little restless. Finally, Hines works it out. Tim Sweeney hustling down, but icing on the play. 4-4 the score. 4:39 left. 3rd period.
Kyle McLaren steps into a great slap shot. Got good wood on it, too. And he follows up the rebound. Whoop, gets caught. Now doesn't quit. That's the key. The offensive opportunity to watch him here. He's the one that breaks up that play. Safely shoots it down the ice. If you're gonna, that'll give him some confidence to know he can take a chance and still get back in this league.
The draw is back to Schneider at the left point. Shot wide of Locker. Palffy tries one. Caught by Locker. 4:30 left. We're in the 3rd period. The story is the Bruins have only 5 shots in the 3rd period. 4-4 the score.
Okay.
Some people wear the...
There we got. Welcome back. Score tied 4-4. Bruins got a little elated over Cam Neely's hat-trick goal. Islanders chipped their way back into this. You've only got 4.5 minutes left.
Plus overtime.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking is don't make a mistake.
Oates, great rush, shot, saved, dead on. 25 feet on the right wing for Adam Oates, and Soderstrom made the stop. Schneider works it to center ice, plays it in the Boston zone. Adam Oates starts it back. 3-on-3 from Mullen to Oates again. The shot, the save, Soderstrom, the rebound. Mullen was tied up and couldn't get it. Knocked down in the process. A scrap for it at center ice.
Good defensive work by McLaren.
Bruins coming back. Joey Mullen. Drop pass Bork. Screen shot. Blocked. Bork again. Tipped by Mullen. Stayed wide. Mullen plays it to the point. Mogert coming on. His shot blocked. And a breakout. Vukota goes deep. Checked on the play. Muller. Stopped by Bork, trying to move it out. Can't. Severyn keeps it in. In deep. Ray Bork hit by Clark and Lindros. Bruins Moger gets it. And Boston starts it back. A lead for Stevens on the right wing side. Checked by McCabe. Jammed, but can't put it in front at the left point. Coming on. Sweeney, a shot off the side of the net. Bruins. Alec keeps it in. Comes off the corner. In front. Moger take it down on the play. Fans wanted a call there. You could hear their reaction. Moger was right at the crease. Severyn from behind his net trying to move it out. Well, let's see, a penalty coming up. Moger was punched. We have 2:36 left in regulation. Shots now are 9-7 for the Bruins as they come alive on the attack. But it is still 4-4.
He's got to send Severyn as well. Yeah. Okay. Good hit. There's the punch. There's another punch. But a broken jaw, Sandy Moger can't really do much about it. One, he's not allowed to throw a punch with that helmet on. If you have a visor or a protection like that, you cannot throw punches or it's a minor penalty. So now Brett Lindros wants to do something about it. Bruins they do not have a tough fighting hockey team. Their toughest guys are their best players. Kevin Stevens and Cam Neely.
Shots are 37-22 for the Bruins. The score is tied at 2, and we'll have a 4-4 situation with 2:36 left, third period.
Bruins really miss out losing Sandy Moger. The Islanders won't miss Severyn.
Alec on the faceoff. John Roloff with it. Trying to move it in. Players checked. Stevens out there with Alec. This long shot wide, and Alec takes over. Trying to move out. He's checked on the play. Don Sweeney around. And it's into center ice. Stevens picking up speed. Over the line. Moves it deep. Checks Vaske. Alec after it. Trying to make his play to the point. And it's broken up by Palffy.
That was a nice play by Alec, but Palffy was out of position. And he was right there to pick up that play.
Palffy stopped at the Boston line. McCabe now. A flip in. Locker holds on. 1:42 left in regulation. 4-4 as we play 4-on-4. Like to say a special thanks to some members of our UPN family for their service to the station. Jack Fortnat, Glenn Sauer, Santos Cavilla, Maryland Trainer Mike Kramer, Ken Silva, Gene Velser, Pat Thompson, Joe Karras, Mary Beth Lambert, and wish them good luck. Face off to the right of Locker. Won by the Isles. They won most of them. Recovered by McLaren. 18-year-older out there in the final minute 32 in a 4-4 game. Neely, 3 goals. Here he comes up the right wing side. In deep. Shot. Save Soderstrom. And Neely put that on net.
Soderstrom did not handle that cleanly. Cam Neely was looking for shot, rebound, and then go to the net. McCabe stayed with him pretty well, but Neely did get back to the net. Now there is very, very little you can do when you've got a kid backing up like McCabe. Good strength, good size, good backward lateral movement. Tries the wrist shot and tries to get to the front of the net. That's a real minimal offensive threat. Unless you just hit a bullet off that happens to hit an open space.
So the Bruins have now outshot the Islanders in the third period, 10-8. Again, the Isles win the faceoff. Schneider, the flip out. Bork with McInnis after him. And that stopped the play. And McInnis gets it for a shot deflected wide. And into the stands. Exactly 1 minute left in regulation. Some hustling forechecking by the Islanders.
Now Marty McInnis is going to have himself a good year too. I feel that. Marty McInnis can play. And look at Kyle McLaren. He got to feel pretty good about his NHL debut. Had 2 good shots. Could have had himself a couple of goals. Made it half a dozen sterling defensive plays. Couple of good hits. Been popped once himself. Brett Lindros caught him early. Shook that off to come back to be. Shook that off to be a factor in today's game. And he's here in the last minute of play, which is a big plus of his coach, what he thinks of his play today.
There's still a 4-4, will be for 20 seconds. Vaske and Schneider. It's up for Palffy. Palffy over the line. Crisscrossing. Gives it to Green. The shot deflected wide. He puts it in front. And it goes to Neely. And the Bruins, Adam Oates breaks it up. Looking for Neely. Doesn't work. Green has it. Starting back. They want to change. Loose puck now to Zombo. Gets it to Neely. Neely in front. And Moger couldn't quite get it for a redirection. 18 seconds left, regulation. Zombo makes the drive out, but McCabe has it. Bruins at their line. Zombo. The pass up, that'll do it in regulation. So the Isles with those 2 quick goals in the third period, coming after Cam Neely's hat trick. And it stands at 4-4. 38 shots to 23 for the Bruins. 4-4 the score. We'll be right back with overtime. Set to go in overtime now. 4-4 the score. Todd Ellick and Kirk Muller. McLaren is spilled by Flatley as he drives it in. Oh, we got a jam in there. Lachance.
Sandy Moger sticking his face in again. Broken jaw or not. Very physical, big kid, Sandy Moger. I mean, he was injured last year in the play. He had tail end of the season. Had his arm separated by LaRue in Pittsburgh. Elbow and shoulder injury. And he broke his jaw early in camp. A lot of courage to play with a broken jaw. Sandy Moger has that. He also has skills. Got a great pair of hands. He's going to get his share of goals, certainly. Bruins would like to see 30 out of him. He's more than capable of doing that.
Muller and Ellick on the faceoff. And the Bruins have not done well on those faceoffs all afternoon.
Todd Ellick has done extremely well. And he is the only Bruin who's been consistent in that category. Adam Oates still troubled a little bit by the finger, but he'll be getting that straightened away.
Stevens able to knock it out of the zone. Lachance trying to move it back. Stopped by Stevens. Fed in the Isle zone. Quickly moved out. Pass up on the right wing side for Moger. Gets it over the line. Checked along the boards by Lachance. Trying to come out with it. Alec can't. Left point, right point. Bork a shot. Alec there. Soderstrom able to jam it up. Yeah, plenty of jamming here as Lachance goes after Alec, who is trying to pry that one loose.
Well, Lachance leveled Alec after the rebound. Then Alec came back after Lachance, and the linesman saw it coming. jumped in and calmed it down. There's Moger going to the net, looking to rebound. There's Ellick on a slap. Lachance takes Ellick out of the play. Kirk Muller took Kevin Stevens to the ice. Not something you want to do on a regular basis. I mean, you're supposed to. The big, strong, tough kid. He's very dangerous around the net, Stevens.
Right now it's Oates, Neely, and Mullen. Cam Neely with a hat trick this afternoon.
Kirk, right there, Todd Ellick has played one heck of a hockey game for the Bruins thus far.
Loose puck, Mullen trying to go for it. He's tripped. Gets it now to Neely. Neely shot. Tip Oates stayed wide. Don Sweeney a drive from the left point. Doesn't work. Green checked on the play. Loose pucks. Don Sweeney. The flip in wide. Mullen after it. Able to get it. Behind the net. Neely trying to get it in front. Mullen on the loose puck. Connect. Mullen gets it now. Slap shot. It's blocked in front. Kept in by Oates. Oates for Neely. Looks like a power play, but they're at even strength. Neely checked by Severyn. Still digs for it. Gets it to Mullen. Mullen poked at it, but it's covered now and cleared out by Palffy. Oates trying to pass it is blocked. And a fine stop there by Locker.
Bertuzzi come in on Don Sweeney a little late. Dave Jackson, I doubt very much, will call anything on this play. If he does, it'll be matching penalties. Here comes Bob Sweeney trying to protect the puck, but Zombo gets a piece of it, but Lane Locker still has to catch it top corner. So Bertuzzi gets the gate, as will Don Sweeney.
So with 3:18 left, we've got a 4-on-4. Bertuzzi and Don Sweeney for roughing. Sandy Moger scored the first goal for the Bruins. A hat trick by Cam Neely accounts for the others. But Muller with a goal. Bertuzzi and 2 by Green. And the Isles 3 times battled back from 2-goal deficits. Bob Sweeney on the faceoff to the left of Locker. It's back to Vaske. Screen shot blocked. McCabe starts away. Over the line. Lets it go. It's deflected wide. Isles get control. Get it back. And the backhander missed by McInnis as he cut in on the off-wing side. Bob Sweeney a shot. Locked in front. Bruins controlling. And with it, Zombo.